The story begins at a prestigious academy. Steeped in tradition, the sun is shining brightly, casting golden rays over the school grounds. A solemn announcement echoes through the courtyard. Dear students, after 3 years of rigorous study, you have now mastered the theoretical knowledge of the profession system. A meticulously drawn transmutation circle lies at the heart of the courtyard, radiating with latent energy. Above it, a star floats, encircled by shimmering crystals, a symbol of the grand event about to unfold. Today marks a significant milestone, the day each student's profession will be chosen, a day that will determine their fates. At the center of it all stands a man exuding quiet authority. His name is Lu, the principal of Z First Academy. Sporting a turtleneck with effortless style, he addresses the students, cutting through formalities. I will spare you the pleasantries. I only hope you all can reach the level of Senior Su Insheng and become pillars of the human race. This Su Xinsheng, shrouded in mystery, is no ordinary person. He is a level 80 holy mage, a revered figure whose presence alone commands awe. Among the crowd, one student stands out, not because of fear, but because of his calm demeanor. His hand rests casually in his pocket as he remarks on the transmutation circle before him. This is Lin Moyu, a student of Z First Academy. Though he looks like any other teenager, he carries a secret. He has been reborn into this world and has waited patiently for this very moment to finally obtain his profession. This world, unlike traditional RPGs, is far more complex. It's an expansive MMO-like realm, filled with dungeons, secret areas, and wild monsters. After selecting their profession, individuals can level up by battling beasts, raiding dungeons, and uncovering hidden locations. With every victory, their skills and strength evolve. Lin Moyu reflects on the human race's struggle, how generations carved out safe zones amid chaos, pushing back monsters to form stable cities. In this world, professions define one's destiny. The most coveted are the combat classes, followed by support classes and then livelihood professions. Each profession falls into one of 5 ranks: low, medium, high, rare, and the revered legendary. Legendary professions are so rare that not even one may appear in Sea Hive City within a decade. As the transmutation circle begins to glow with radiant yellow light, a student named Gang casually rests his head on Lin Moyu Sip's shoulder, asking, "Bro, what's Sip's your dream profession? Just say it." Jang earnestly hopes to become a knight, not for glory, but to protect girls, revealing himself as the classic lovable simp. Nearby, another student mocks Jang for speaking to Lin Moyu, calling him an idiot who won't respond. The implication is that Lin Moyu might only qualify for a livelihood class, but Jang defends him, saying Moyu simply doesn't like talking, not that he can't. Meanwhile, Principal Lu speaks with Master Zhang, a level 52 formation master. Lin Moyu silently acknowledges the old man's status, realizing he's a rare arrangement master, a supporting role not often seen. The ceremony begins. The principal calls the first name, Shu Dai. Shu Da steps into the circle and receives his profession, a farmer, a livelihood class. Disappointed, he mutters in disbelief. Yet someone notes that farming isn't the worst. It can evolve into titles like Grand Farmer or even Holy Farmer. Another student becomes a chef, following in his father's footsteps. Though not flashy, the moment feels wholesome. Still, Master Zhang observes that no rare professions have appeared yet. The principal agrees. Sea Hive City might only see 1 or 2 rare classes per year. Zhang then asks, "How many years has it been since your academy produced a rare profession?" The hope now is for at least one high-level combat class to emerge. Next up is a striking student named Xia, also from Z First Academy. The boys immediately notice her, but Xia only has one focus: beating Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu, I'll show you who the real genius is. Shay and Lin Moyu were once known as the 2 prodigies of the academy, yet Shay always trailed behind him, something she could never accept. Master Zhang senses something exceptional in her. This girl Sip's mental strength is more than twice that of an ordinary person. There's Sip's a high chance she could become a mage. If true, this would be monumental. A mage is a high-level profession within the combat class. A specialized mage, even more so, could be a rare class. Xia steps into the circle. A sudden explosion of light and energy erupts. A vision appears, a phenomenon only associated with rare professions. It's confirmed, Shay has awakened the class of an elemental mage, a rare combat class. The crowd reacts in awe. While many celebrate, our focus returns to Lin Moyu. The moment of his profession awakening still awaits, an event that may shake the foundations of the academy itself. The entire class gasped in amazement. What had just happened was something incredibly rare, an event that few ever witness in their lifetimes. Shay had awakened a rare profession, and everyone agreed it was only fitting for a genius of her caliber. Master Zhang stepped forward, nodding in approval. "Girl, you are very good." Xia humbly bowed and thanked him for the compliment. She then glanced toward her group of friends. They whispered with confidence, saying that this time, she was sure to surpass that infuriating boy, Lin Moyu. Just as his name was called, Lin Moyu, hands still casually in his pockets, strode forward, dashing right past her. It was a subtle move, but one filled with quiet power. Everyone could feel it. This guy was going to be the most overpowered existence in the entire city. Watching from above, Principal Lu turned to Master Zhang. "What do you think of this little guy?" Zhang studied him for a moment before replying. Apart from being unusually calm, there's nothing remarkable about him. The principal let out a chuckle. "There are two geniuses in our school. Xu is the second. Lin Moyu is the first. Of course, academic excellence doesn't guarantee a powerful class, but..." Before he could finish his sentence, boom, the transmutation circle reacted. A purple spiral of energy erupted from beneath Lin Moyu, swirling upward until it connected with the clouds above. The sky darkened, thunder crackled, a nimbus cloud formed, and lightning began arcing from the very air surrounding him. Principal Lu tilted his head upward, utterly stunned. "What is happening?" Master Zhang's eyes widened. "A vision. This is a profession awakening vision, and it's massive." The spectacle far outshone the vision from earlier. Xia clenched her fists in disbelief. "There's no way I'm going to lose to him." Dark shapes moved ominously within the clouds, then glowing red eyes emerged from the shadows. A collective chill swept through the crowd. "Look, up there, the undead!" Gasps echoed around them as countless undead beings began to descend from the dark sky. One figure dropped first, a skeletal presence unlike any seen before. "It's the undead, the clouds are full of them, and they are marching down." Shay stepped back. She could face her rivals, but this, she admitted she couldn't even fight what she was seeing. In the center of the storm, Lin Moyu stood tall. Ghostly souls began swirling around him, responding to his very presence, and then it was revealed. Lin Moyu's profession was necromancer. A unique hidden profession. Green flames flickered in his hand as he calmly announced, "I am the only necromancer in the world. As long as I live, no one else will awaken this profession." This wasn't just a rare class. It wasn't even legendary. It was beyond that. A one-of-a-kind hidden class, so powerful it seemed to defy the system's logic. The crowd went wild. One student muttered, "Lin Moyu is so powerful, his class evolved into a hidden profession, and a unique one at that." Not everyone was impressed. A few skeptics chimed in. Hidden professions aren't always strong. Plenty of historical cases prove that some are actually quite weak." One girl added, "Wasn't that vision terrifying? He's a necromancer. So does that mean he'll deal with dead things forever?" A guy replied dryly, "Isn't death a good thing? If you steer dealing with the dead, there's no reason to talk." While the students gossiped, Lin Moyu simply thought to himself, "This profession is far more powerful than I imagined." At that moment, Master Zhang stepped forward. "Young man, please wait a moment." Lin Moyu turned respectfully. "Senior, how may I be of service? I've never seen a profession like yours. Would you be willing to demonstrate some of your skills?" "Very well," Lin Moyu replied. "Please wait a moment." A status window appeared. His current stats were displayed. Profession, Necromancer. Level, 1. Attributes, all stats at 10, except Spirit, which stood at 20. His first skill, Summon Skeleton Warrior Level 1. He could summon a black iron ranked skeleton with future upgrades possible. Bronze, Silver, Gold, Diamond, Legendary and even Divine. Another skill, Soul Blaze Level 1, allowed him to ignite the soul of a target, causing burning damage based on his spirit stat and the skill's level. Green flames crackled in his palm. He quietly reflected, "Necromancer is categorized under the Mage class, but summoning skills belong to the Summoning branch, so this profession is truly hybrid." Then he uttered the command, "Summon Skeleton Warrior." 10 spirit points vanished. A black iron skeleton warrior emerged. A fearsome skeletal fighter with base stats of 15. It lacked skills for now, but its presence was intimidating nonetheless. The crowd fell silent. "There's no way, is this really happening?" Suddenly the skeleton's eyes locked onto Master Zhang, who instinctively sensed hostility. "It's hostile toward me," Zhang said surprised. "I sent him a level 52 professional, and Lin Moyu is only level 1. The system prompted Lin Moyu for input. "Do you wish to counterattack? If no choice is made within 10 seconds, default action will be taken." Calmly, Lin Moyu responded, "Stay put." Zhang raised an eyebrow. "Very vigilant. Impressive." Though the summoned skeleton's attributes were ordinary, expected for a beginner, Zhang couldn't shake the feeling. Its current power is average, but if this is how strong it is at level 1, what happens when Lin Moyu reaches higher levels? He turned once more to the dark, skeletal warrior standing guard. It was silent, it was watchful. And it was only the beginning. As Lin Moyu wrapped up his demonstration, Master Zhang gave him a nod of approval. Thanks for your effort. I hope your future makes a difference. With that, Zhang walked away. Students around Lin Moyu were still whispering in awe. Beside him, the summoned skeleton warrior silently followed. Zhang, full of curiosity, stepped forward. Yo, can I touch it? Is this skeleton even powerful? It looks like a pile of rags. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu replied coolly. Its set's probably stronger than you. He recalled the skeleton into his system. A window popped up. Summoning space, 1/10. It confirmed that the summoning space could hold up to 10 summons and allowed them to be recalled or deployed anytime without consuming spiritual power. As he leveled up, this space and the strength of his summons would increase. A brief memory flashed in his mind. When his class changed, he'd caught a glimpse of something greater, perhaps a true necromancer. One day he mused, he might be able to defeat dragons with a single blow. Now it was Gang's turn to undergo his class awakening. After stepping into the transmutation circle, he emerged proudly. What do you think? I step in a sword and shield knight, an advanced profession. With a wide grin, he turned to Lin Moyu. I shall protect you from now on. Lin Moyu smirked, and finally spoke. You finally opened your mouth, huh? Zhang laughed. I said the opposite on purpose. You didn't set notice. The ceremony concluded with Principal Liu addressing the students. The class transfer process is complete. No matter which profession you stiff awakened, the Academy has prepared specific training areas for all of you. Also, tomorrow the novice leveling dungeon of Sea Hive City will officially open. He reminded them of the big entrance exam in 1 week, encouraging them to perform well to secure a spot in a top institution. As the students dispersed, Lin Moyu's thoughts turned to the newbie dungeon. The monsters there were concentrated between levels 1 to 8, and the environment was far safer than the wilderness. Suddenly, Shou approached him. Lin Moyu, I want to compete with you. Let's compare exam results. Don't you dare back down. True to her usual spirit, she declared. Even if I lost to you again today, I won't give up. That night, Lin Moyu returned home. He gazed at a photograph of his grandmother and younger sister. A soft smile played on his face. SF successfully awakened a super rare hidden class. Just wait, SS will be accepted into Shajing Academy too. Then came a knock at the door. It was President Fu Yun, carrying supplies. Hey Lin Moyu, take these. You still need them tomorrow for the dungeon. He added with a smile. Last year in G City, only one person was accepted into Shajing Academy, your older sister Lin Muhan. I promised her I would look after you, and since she agreed to attend Shajing, I intend to keep that promise. Thank you, sir, Lin Moyu replied sincerely. Tomorrow is your test in the dungeon, the principal said. Make sure you rest well tonight. But long after midnight, Lin Moyu was still awake. Adjusting his system, a notification appeared. System loading. Host has awakened Necromancer class. Conditions met, binding to the strongest talent system. He received a new passive skill, Damage Transfer. Its effect was broken down. All skill effects are amplified 5 times. All damage the mage would take is absorbed by the summoned entity. It was an overpowered ability, one that could render him untouchable at the same level. He summoned his skeleton again. The animation played out. Now more vivid than before, the cost 10 spiritual points, minor compared to the benefits. The Black Iron Skeleton Warrior appeared once again, now with all base stats at 75. It was official, Lin Moyu had just unlocked a cheat code. The next day, at the entrance to the novice leveling dungeon, Jiang grinned and waved. Yo Moyu, let's team up. Before them stood the dungeon gate, a swirling rift that looked like a galaxy painted across the sky. Lin Moyu didn't respond. You jerk, Jiang muttered. Why are you ignoring me? I invited you sincerely. Moyu finally spoke. Teaming up slows things down. I shall go solo. Surprisingly, She chimed in. Lin Moyu is right. Experience gets split during team battles. Seniors say the best time to team up is after level 10. Principal Liu overheard and smiled. At least you students are still sincere. Out there, others aren't so kind. He added, other combat classes often bring supports into dungeons. She is aiming for Shajing Academy, so she sits leveling fast. As for Lin Moyu, even Master Zhang and I don't fully understand how his abilities work. He paused and turned to the support students. If you want to team up, ask them directly. Elsewhere, a trio of girls huddled together. I'm kinda scared of those undead things. Meanwhile, Lin Moyu unsheathed a staff, now imbued with +1 spirit power. Calmly, he stated, I been aiming for Shajing Academy too, so to get there faster, he stepped forward alone. I shall go solo. As the students prepared to enter the dungeon, Principal Lu approached Lin Moyu with a serious expression. Do you even understand how difficult it is to get into Bing Academy? If you stir aiming for it, you'd better be at level 12, or even better level 15 before the final trial. The Principal Sip's tone had shifted. Though calm on the surface, there was an edge of concern in his voice. He added, your sister Lin Muhan only made it into the academy because she reached level 16. You really think it's easy to gain that much experience in just 1 week? He went on to explain that the highest level monsters in the novice dungeon were only level 8, making it almost impossible to push through to level 12 within such a short span, and even beyond leveling, the final trial had hidden requirements that would only be revealed at the last stage. But Lin Moyu met his words with quiet confidence. I shall make it. Lu gave a slight smirk, then patted his shoulder. Good kid, if anyone can pull this off with a hidden profession, it sets you. Nearby, Sha, still full of energy, challenged him once again. Let sets compete, and see who can level up faster. If you stay silent, I shall take that as a yes. Lin Moyu gave her a dry glance. Fine, whatever. Sha, always competitive, grinned as they entered the glowing rift of the dungeon. Inside, Lin Moyu raised his hand. Flames danced in his palm. Soul blaze. He recalled using 10 spirit points the night before to summon his undead. Now after meditating through the night, he had fully recovered to 40 spirit points. He immediately summoned 4 undead knights and gave a simple order. Hunt. Eliminate every monster you find. And just like that, he leaned back and let his skeletons do the work. Big-eared rabbit defeated. Plus 10 XP. Attic speed beast eliminated. Plus 10 XP. The notifications rolled in. For each monster his summons eliminated, he gained 1% experience. In theory, defeating 100 would mean a level up. This is too efficient, he thought. It sits like I steps him playing solo leveling. Within just half an hour he had leveled up. Now level 2, his new stats were Strength, 20. Agility, 20. Spirit, 40. Physique, 20. Skeleton warriors in summoning space, 6/20. He tested his new capabilities, summoning a level 2 undead knight. Its base stats were now at 125, a massive leap from before. His summoning capacity had also increased to 8. And this is only the beginning. He continued. A gray cat, a brown dog, and even a blue-eyed rat were all swiftly eliminated. The experience points rolled in. He now noticed a new feature. The traces left by his skeleton warriors formed a rudimentary map, letting him monitor cleared zones and missed targets. Testing his active skill, he launched Soul Blaze. Target eliminated. A massive burst of flame consumed a level 2 great cat, reducing it to ash in an instant. A single strike. This skill, enhanced 5-fold, is terrifying. Even without the talent boost, Necromancer alone would have been powerful, but now, boosted by the strongest talent system, Lin Moyu realized that he had a class that could rival, or even surpass, legendary professions. He reached level 3, a full transformation had begun. He summoned even more skeletons. As they fanned out, level 5 monsters were being wiped out with ease. In just 4 hours he reached level 4. Only 8 hours remain. At this pace, I can level up again in under an hour. He thought ahead. Once he reached level 8, he would move to high suburbia, where stronger monsters roamed. Elsewhere, another scene was unfolding. The head of the Shia family, Shia Dongyang, had arrived at the academy. He was also Sha's father. Principal Lu greeted him warmly. Mr. Shia, you say come to see your daughter? Yes, thank you Principal Lu for taking care of Shay all these years. Their relationship seemed respectful and close. Lu, swirling his tea thoughtfully, remarked, You must have heard. Your daughter awakened a rare profession, elemental mage. Yes, I was busy yesterday and missed the ceremony, but I once did miss her first dungeon. He added that her seniors, Xuan Sheng and Lin Muhan, both had rare classes and had reached level 5 after their first dungeon runs. I expect Shay will reach a similar level. He smiled, proud yet cautious. She sits very competitive. If anyone sits determined enough, it sits her. Principal Lu nodded. We shall have a clearer idea of their potential in the coming days. Their leveling speed today will set the tone for everything. Still, as Lu stared into the distance, one name occupied his thoughts more than any other. Lin Moyu, the student with a hidden class and limitless potential. The dungeon timer ticked down. 12 hours. That was the limit for each student inside the novice dungeon. When time ran out, their total level gain would be evaluated. Back outside, Sha's father, Shia Dongyang, stood beside Principal Lu, his brow furrowed with concern. I heard another hidden profession appeared during yesterday, Cest's transmutation ceremony. Principal Lu nodded. Yes, that would be Lin Moyu. He awakened the necromancer class. He paused, glancing toward the dungeon rift. He sets the younger brother of Lin Muhan. If your daughter manages to get into Xing Academy, perhaps Lin Muhan could look after her there. Meanwhile, back in the dungeon, Lin Moyu walked calmly through the monster-infested terrain, surrounded by his silent skeletal soldiers. He noted something interesting. The furthest his summoned skeletons could operate from him was 500 meters. At this range, I can just sit back and let them clear everything, he thought. If only I could get them to do my homework too. Nearly 7 hours had passed. He still hadn't seen a level 8 monster. His skeletons were efficiently tearing down level 6s and 7s. He briefly wondered how the others were faring when suddenly he was slashed. A passive skill activated. Damage transfer. The blow hadn't harmed him directly. Instead, it was redirected to one of his skeletons. From the shadows emerged a massive bullwhip tree, a dormant predator that would only strike anything living that entered its territory. Finally, his first level 8 monster. Lin Moyusep's eyes narrowed. So this is the real challenge of the novice dungeon. His skeleton warriors now had 275 stat points. He issued a command. One skeleton charged in and slashed the creature. Still standing. It took 4 full strikes to bring the beast down. This will slow down my leveling, but it sets manageable. He eliminated the creature, then he looked around and spotted dozens, maybe hundreds of bullwhip trees across the area. A sanctuary of level 8 monsters made just for me. He didn't waste time. One after another, the monstrous trees fell before his undead army. As he relaxed, his summons turned the zone into a grinding paradise. Back outside, near the rift, something shifted. A figure stepped through, Lin Moyu. People turned, whispers spread. Wait, the countdown is set finished yet. Why is someone coming out already? They were expecting an accident. Instead, they saw Lin Moyu calmly walk through with his usual composed expression. Why are you out here? Someone asked. He replied with a casual smirk. I killed everything inside. The principal stared, stunned. You star, level 7. Moyu nodded. There were too few monsters left, otherwise I is set to have reached level 8. Then, as if requesting a minor favor, he added, Principal Lu, I sept like to head to Sea Hive Suburbia. The principal could hardly believe it. Cleared the entire dungeon in 10 hours. He blinked in disbelief, practically daydreaming as Moyu waved a hand in front of him. Right, yes of course. I said'll arrange a travel certificate. You can rest for now until the others return. A subordinate approached Lu equally confused. Who's test student? Why did he exit so early? And where are his teammates? Lu took a breath, then answered. That is Lin Moyu. He entered the novice dungeon and wiped out all the level 8 monsters. The surrounding staff were left speechless. Even legendary professions didn't clear dungeons that fast. This was the true power of a hidden profession. This kid, he has a very bright future ahead. The principal said, if he gets into Xing Academy, they shall be the ones with a headache. Xia Dongyang gave a nervous smile. My daughter has been competitive since she was little. I stemp afraid this is going to hit her hard. Luo placed a hand on his shoulder. You've been away too long. You wouldn't set no, but Lin Moyu has been ahead of her for years. She Sep's always ranked second. Xia Sep's eyes widened. That girl never told me. Meanwhile, Lin Moyu sat calmly atop a boulder, staff resting across his lap. At this point he mused, I can summon 24 skeleton warriors, with 70 available slots. It'll take some time to fill them all, but I shall get there. His meditation continued as sunlight filtered through the trees. Back inside the dungeon, Xiao was still fighting. I won't lose this time, she shouted, determined. She had reached level 5, a solid result, and the standard benchmark for students in the novice dungeon. Where is Lin Moyu? When did he even leave? Confused, she stormed out of the rift, and froze when she spotted her father. Dad, why are you here? From inside the car, Xia Dongyang smiled. Do you need help? And why are you still trying to compete with that boy? Xia stomped a foot, clearly frustrated. That guy is a total menace. He's already more powerful than me. For the past 3 years, this girl had carried an incredibly competitive spirit. Her father remarked, I am telling you Lin Moyu got out of the dungeon in just 10 hours, and he even defeated all the level 8 monsters. Hearing that, the girl responded fiercely, this is why I won't keep losing to that guy. But as she processed what her father said, her eyes widened in disbelief. He defeated all the level 8 monsters? She glanced back, admitting that she had only just reached the area of level 7 monsters, and hadn't even seen a single level 8 yet. More than that, he had cleared the place 2 hours earlier than her. If there were even more monsters deeper inside, could that mean he had already reached level 8? We then cut to a new scene with Si Yong, and our familiar, somewhat comedic character Gang. who might just be the biggest simp at this new academy. Gang rushed toward Lin Moyu, exclaiming, "Moyu, how did you even get to level 7? But quickly changed his tone, bowing slightly. "Forgive me, Boss Lin, please take me with you next time." Lin Moyu chuckled and agreed to bring him along next time. That was all Gang needed. With a charming grin he declared, "Then it's settled. I shall be waiting at the school entrance tomorrow." The next day, however, Gang stood disappointed and alone. "Mentor Lin, why isn't Moyu here?" he muttered. Principal Liu appeared and informed him that Lin Moyu had gone to the Shea suburbia. Gang cried out in betrayal, "Curse you, Lin Moyu, you fooled me. I shall challenge you." The principal just smirked. "Give it up. You can't win." The story then shifted to a new location, the Shenya Empire Exchange, a tall and majestic structure, a hand pressed against a glowing crystal. Initializing identification successful, the system declared. Citizen of the Shensa Empire, Lin Moyu, authority level 1. He had officially gained permission to access the exchange. Curious, Lin Moyu browsed available missions. One of them involved collecting unlimited amounts of green sprout, with a payout of 50 gold per portion. Another more daring quest required him to raid a level 14 domain ruled by the King of Goblins and retrieve the domain boss's core. That mission caught his eye, but he knew it would be difficult. Missions came in multiple tiers: normal, nightmare, and hell. Nightmare difficulty was several times harder than normal and nearly impossible without a strong team. Hell difficulty wasn't even meant for regular professions. He decided to hold off on that mission for now. Just then, a large armored knight appeared, and to be honest, he looked like a character straight out of Solo Leveling. The knight scanned him and confirmed, profession, necromancer, name Lin Moyu, level 7. The knight seemed puzzled. Which academy is letting a level 7 student travel outside of town? He noted that Lin Moyu's travel certificate was active, allowing him to move freely within the cities of the Shena Empire. If you encounter danger, you are permitted to return. Your life is the top priority, the knight added. Lin Moyu nodded, determined. As he crossed beyond the city's walls, the scenery immediately changed. It wasn't just a wall, it was the boundary between two different worlds. Inside was civilization, outside, a vast desert teeming with danger. He could hear beasts growling, and the air itself carried a trace of blood. Suddenly, a goblin appeared. Calmly, Lin Moyu summoned one of his skeleton soldiers. "Goa, kill it." This goblin had stats of level 10, strength and physique both at 20, agility the same, and spirit at 50, but it had no skills. Against Lin Moyu's skeleton warrior, with a stat level of 375, it was no contest. The goblin's attack had no effect, and the skeleton ended it in an instant. But the goblins kept coming, many of them. Lin Moyu grinned. At this pace, he'd reach level 15 in no time, gaining 300 experience points with each kill. He recalled how his sister had already reached level 16 before the trial, and wondered how she'd pulled it off. He briefly flashed back to a memory of her, simply holding a piece of bread, so different from how he imagined her to be. He clenched his fists. "I will enter Exojing Academy." At this point, Lin Moyu's stats were impressive. At level 10, his strength, agility, and physique were all at 100, but his spirit had soared to 300. He now commanded 40 skeletons, almost halfway to the cap of 100. Each level only boosted his base stats by 10, but as a mage-class necromancer, his spirit stat received the biggest gains. Reaching level 10 also unlocked a new tier of power. He had even acquired a bronze skeleton warrior with 1,500 strength, and equally formidable agility, spirit, and physique. This new summon possessed a skill called R-Shot, capable of delivering 100% of his own strength as damage to a target with a 10-minute cooldown. This is getting out of hand, he thought. I might just be able to solo this entire region. He glanced around. I think I cleared all the monsters here. But just then, boom, an attack flew toward him. He caught sight of it but couldn't dodge. Instead, he activated damage transfer, minimizing harm. A masked figure in a hood appeared. It was a girl. Lin Moyu narrowed his eyes. "Who is this?" he whispered. Her presence felt like that of an assassin. The arrow that struck him was still lodged in his chest, and she had already dashed past him. "She sips one of them," he murmured. Lin Moyu calmly stated that their direction was wrong. They would never catch that assassin going that way. One of the men agreed, calling the target cunning and skilled in the ways of stealth. "He's probably already escaped," he muttered. Just then, one of the archers approached Lin Moyu and asked, "Hey kid, did you see someone in black clothes pass by?" Moyu turned to him with a cold glare and replied, "Your arrow hit me. Apologize." The atmosphere immediately turned tense. His piercing gaze and subtle side-eye were enough to send a message. He wasn't someone to mess with, and they clearly understood that. Surprisingly, the archer did apologize. "Sorry for that," he said, glancing at his teammate. "This kid got hit by my arrow, but he seps completely fine." Lin Moyu simply responded, "Just don't do it again." But one of the men grumbled under his breath. Does this kid not realize I'm already in a bad mood? That's when he noticed something unusual, a skeleton warrior standing nearby. His eyes narrowed. A skeleton warrior, he thought. He recognized what it meant, and muttered in disgust. Only those twisted enough to harm criminals with dark hearts can awaken such vile professions involving undead summoning. Clearly he didn't set view necromancers favorably. This guy can set be one of the good ones. Before tensions could escalate, the archer stopped him. Enough, he said. The man huffed. I know. Let sets just go. As they passed by, Lin Moyu added coldly, consider yourselves fortunate, but if you try anything again, I'll return the favor 100-fold. As he said that, a faint dark aura faded from his hand. The scene shifted. The system displayed notifications. Level 10 Goblin Patrol. Eliminated. Level 11. Goblin Soldier eliminated. Obtained Goblin Sip's Bone. Lin Moyu was calmly seated while his skeleton army did the fighting, but even he began to notice something. The experience points were dropping. He calculated that after reaching level 10, the required experience to level up had tripled. By his estimate, he would need to kill over 5,000 goblins just to reach level 11. He muttered, at this rate I won't be able to level up at all if the skeleton warriors keep doing everything. Time was short, and he couldn't afford to retreat, so he decided to join the fight directly. Charging forward alongside his undead army, he reminded himself that if he truly wanted to enter Shai Academy, he had to go further than anyone else. Who's going to carry the boats? He whispered, pushing forward with relentless determination. Later, we see him setting up camp. A small fire flickered, casting shadows. He calculated that, at his current pace, he could likely reach level 13 by tomorrow. However, getting to level 15 the day after still felt uncertain. And even if he managed that, level 16 would be far more difficult. That was his goal, level 16. Even that might be a stretch. He began to wonder how his sister had managed to reach level 16 so quickly. She was a sword dancer, a legendary profession, but there was no way she could have leveled up faster than him without some kind of help. As he pondered, a thought struck him. Zim Mindset's dungeon. Perhaps she had teamed up with others and raided the nightmare difficulty version of that dungeon. That would explain the massive XP gain and the wounds she returned with. He tapped his leg thoughtfully. My guess might be right. I should go investigate it tomorrow. Just then, someone approached his camp. One of his skeleton warriors turned toward the sound. Lin Moyu glanced over. Leveling here at midnight? That's rare. Are they lost? He thought. It was the same girl from earlier, the masked assassin. She approached and asked simply, do you have any food? Of course, our boy shared some with her. She pulled down her mask, revealing a cute face, and immediately began chewing on a potato with obvious hunger. Seeing her eat so desperately, he guessed she hadn't eaten in a while. Suddenly she began to choke. She had no water. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu handed her his water flask. She grabbed it and drank deeply. After catching her breath, she looked at him. What sep's your name? He remained silent. Tien. Her name smiled. You don't sep like talking? Then how about we analyze each other's sep skills? She reached out, and their fingers touched. A glowing orb of light formed between them. Analyzing? Analysis failed. Lin Moyu frowned. Did I not get any data? Tien laughed. Didn't Stet get anything, did you? She peered at him curiously. So your name is Lin Moyu, level 10. Occupation, necromancer. She tilted her head. Never heard of that before. It's sep's strange. She remembered earlier, she had seen a skeleton by his side in the afternoon. Summons, especially undead ones, are extremely rare, she said. Then she looked at him and asked, why don't Set you talk? Don't Set tell me, you Set you're mute. Though you don't Set seem like it. Lin Moyu finally replied, why? Her eyes lit up. So you can talk. She continued, were you asking why the analysis didn't Set work? It sets because of this. She pulled out a small badge. It resembled an X-Men logo. As long as you wear it, anyone who isn't Set at least 10 levels above you can Set use analytic skills on you. He made the badge vanish. Try using your skill now, she said. He did. Name Ming Yi. Occupation, Shadow Assassin. Level, 19. She was clearly stronger than she appeared, but as they stood there, both turned sharply. The skeleton warrior had detected something. Lin Moyu narrowed his eyes. The same people from before? Ming Yi stood up. Looks like it. Just a mid-rank skill scripture, but they've been chasing me for days. Persistent. Suddenly an arrow flew toward her. She barely dodged it, but it struck the log beside her. This wasn't a normal arrow. It sets a marking arrow, she muttered. Now things had become a real problem. Lin Moyu quickly analyzed the situation. That archer has anti-invisibility skills, he muttered. The skill he used was specifically designed to mark targets, making it impossible for them to re-enter stealth. It was a direct counter to assassin-type classes and monsters that relied on invisibility. He glanced behind him, and saw the same man from earlier. There's nowhere to run this time, the man declared coldly. High above them, the archer had already taken position in the trees. The man sneered. I knew it. A filthy rat assassin and a disgusting dark necromancer. What a pair. But Ming Yi stepped forward. He Sep's not part of this. I still give you the skill scripture. After that, we go our separate ways. The archer, however, shook his head. You should Sev done that yesterday. Now it's Sep's just safer to kill you both. Ming Yi turned to Lin Moyu and whispered, I set'll buy you time. You run. She smiled gently. You stare only level 10. I can drag you into something I caused. Her voice grew solemn yet proud. I am a shadow assassin. The night is my stage and I have my own way of vanishing. Besides, if you were that strong, you wouldn't be running around during the daytime. But things weren't looking good. The archer reminded everyone. She's Sep's already marked. Her invisibility won't work anymore. He scoffed. Enough of this. Let's just finish her off. The mage in the group raised his staff. It began to glow ominously. I don't just want her dead anymore, he said. I want that guy dead too. Light flared from his staff. Illumination. Lin Moyu narrowed his eyes. This skill wasn't just for lighting up the area, it actively dispelled darkness, neutralizing stealth. It was the perfect counter against Ming Yi's abilities. The assassin drew her blade. Then I guess I'll just have to go all out, she said calmly. The archer knocked an arrow. The shield bearer readied himself. The mage had his spell primed. They had Lin Moyu and Ming Yi completely surrounded. But just as the attacks were about to land, one of Lin Moyu's skeleton soldiers leaped in. The mage sneered. What a waste of energy. Undead summons. Disgusting. He launched a massive fireball. This is the spell of a level 20 mage. I still burn you to ash. But before it could land, Ming Yi grabbed Lin Moyusep's arm. We have to run. However, she suddenly stumbled. Her ankle was caught by ethereal chains. The archer had laid a spiritual trap. He loaded 3 arrows at once and fired. Ming Yi pushed Lin Moyu aside, taking the hit herself. A fireball exploded beside them, she gasped. What have I done? But just then, Lin Moyu's skeleton knights leapt in, shielding them from the blasts. The arrows clinked off reinforced bone, and the fireball was absorbed by the defense of the undead wall. The tide was turning. From the dust emerged his bronze skeleton warrior, now dual-wielding massive axes. He looked ready to tear the battlefield apart. The mage stepped back in disbelief. How? My analysis shows he's just a level 10 necromancer. Don't come any closer, the mage shouted. I am a level 21 mage, you just a level 10. How are you still alive? Then they saw it. Their attacks were doing nothing to the summons. Lin Moyu's undead had absurdly high stats. Tiny blue flames flickered to life around them. Suddenly, a horde of skeletons began rising from the ground. They completely encircled the attackers. Ming Yi stared in shock. Are those really skeleton warriors? The same ones from before? They looked damaged, but moved with overwhelming strength and precision. These summons are still level 10, she whispered, but not even a level 20 mage can damage them. She glanced at Lin Moyu, surrounded by dozens of high-grade summons. Then the system notification flashed. Activated. Damage transfer. Activated Soul Blaze. Summon. Skeleton Warrior level 10. Boost 10x. Multiplier active. And he could summon a bronze skeleton warrior. It was clear, the attackers had chosen the wrong fight. The battle resumed. One of the attackers charged forward. Have a taste of my power, he shouted, though even he seemed to know he was going to lose. Within seconds, the undead swarmed him. Zombies jumped on top of him, hacking and slicing until he was shredded. Another one tried to flee. Instant kill? He screamed. How? My agility is over 1000. But it was no use. The skeletons were faster. Their agility was 1500. The last man standing, the knight, had incredible defense. Even Lin Moyu was surprised. The man stood behind his shield, enduring the onslaught. Lin Moyu observed, a level 20 knight using a defense skill can withstand even the attacks of a level 40 mage. But then, Lin Moyu stepped forward. Stop him from escaping, he ordered. A skeleton stepped up, wielding a fiery sword. Skill activated. Berserk Strike. Effect inflicts 200% of own strength. Strength, 1500. With one massive swing, the skeleton's sword tore through the knight's magic shield. It had a 1-minute duration, but under that much power it shattered in seconds. The knight was overwhelmed and torn apart by the surrounding skeletons. As the dust settled, Lin Moyu remembered something, a flashback of his sister. Moyu, she had said, If you decide to do something, then don't hesitate. Go all the way. He nodded to himself. Mingyi looked on, stunned. Then Lin Moyu added coolly, when a professional dies, their storage items drop. He turned toward the fallen bodies. Let's see what they had. As the story continues, we are shown a collection of powerful weapons that had been dropped in a dungeon raid. Among them was the bronze rank Carmen staff, which boosted spirit by 20 and increased mage skill power by 5%. However, it was only usable after reaching level 18. There was also the bronze rank Carmen battle bow, which granted an agility boost of 20, and the bronze rank Carmen shield, increasing physique by 20. Additionally, they had obtained the bronze rank Carmen sword, which provided a strength and stamina boost of 10 each, and even enhanced magic attack skills by 5%. But just like the others, this weapon could only be wielded after level 18. The girl then turned to Mingyi and asked whether these weapons were dropped in the dungeon belonging to Carmen's Orc Legion. Mingyi confirmed, stating that it was a level 20 dungeon located in Shiai High City, implying that someone must have challenged it and survived. Lin Moyu then pulled out his portable storage, deciding to store the equipment for now, deeming it currently useless. Mingyi, intrigued, asked Lin if he had ever used a primary skill scroll. She explained that the scroll allowed users to acquire new skills below level 20, and even though there was a chance it could provide a skill he already possessed, it was still worth using. She also pointed out that primary scrolls weren't valuable enough to be sold at a high price, especially when compared to advanced scrolls. Curious, Lin asked how to use it. Mingyi smirked and told him it was simple, just say use while holding it. Lin tried, but nothing happened. She laughed, saying he spoke too softly and needed to say it with more energy. Her playful nature sparkled around her, but Lin quickly realized something. This scroll required spiritual energy to activate. He infused it with his power, and the scroll responded. Mingyi was taken aback. How did you figure that out? She asked, having tried to prank him. Moments later, Lin acquired a new skill, Corpse Flame, its orange aura dancing in his palm. He remarked that, although it looked weak, the spell was enhanced by his talent, increasing its area of effect AoE radius by 10 meters. In the hands of a necromancer, even corpses still held value. Mingyi watched him curiously. Did you learn a new skill? She asked. Yes, Lin replied, his voice calm but steady. You have a nice voice, she said with a smile. Why don't you talk more? Lin turned to her and replied, you have a nice voice too. His compliment made her beam with pride. Beaming, Mingyi reached into her belongings and handed Lin a treasure chest. Inside was an intermediate skill scroll, capable of granting skills between levels 40 and 70. Lin was shocked. Such scrolls were extremely rare, worth nearly 1 million in gold and far more valuable than primary scrolls. Confused, Lin asked why she was giving it away. Mingyi explained that she had found it in a chest, but soon after, she was chased by 3 mages who wanted to steal it. She had fled from Shiai City to Ziyai City, escaping them for over 2 days. The chase had finally brought her here. As they sat together, Lin noted, you almost died just now. She nodded, revealing she had a teleportation item that would activate automatically if she suffered critical damage. Looking at him sincerely, she said, it still hurts when I get hurt, so I am scared of pain. Lin quietly observed her and realized something. This girl might be the daughter of a powerful family, someone who possessed treasures meant to protect her. His earlier concern had been unnecessary. Suddenly she interrupted his thoughts, asking, do you have any food? I'm hungry. Without hesitation, Lin handed her a baked potato. She munched on it eagerly and asked, are you here to level up? Judging by your level, you haven't gone to university yet. Which one are you planning to attend? He responded, Shiai University. She nodded approvingly. Not bad, with your skills you should be able to get in. But she added, raising a finger, if you go to Shajin University, make sure to visit Tian Sha Tower. The first clear rewards are doubled, so aim to clear as many floors as you can in your first try. However, what we are shown next is far from encouraging. The tower she spoke of looked like a haunted castle, its ominous red aura glowing menacingly, certainly not the kind of place anyone would want to visit on their first day. She explained further, by clearing the tower floors early, he could earn plenty of Jing points, which in Shajin functioned like gold coins. Soon after, she dozed off. Seeing her shiver slightly, Lin, ever the silent gentleman, draped his sweater over her shoulders and began to meditate, restoring his depleted spiritual energy. By the next morning, Mingyi woke up and stretched. Then, with a smile, she looked at him and asked, I'm hungry again. Do you have any more potatoes? He asks. She immediately whips out over 50 potatoes and says teasingly. After handing over some sweet potatoes, she boldly asked for more. Holding nearly 50 of them already, she teased. You're the big man here, so give me some more. But he explained honestly that there really wasn't much left. She looked at him and nodded, saying, I believe you. It was clear, this girl absolutely loved sweet potatoes. Then, standing up confidently, she announced, I'm heading out to level up. Let's meet again next time. She encouraged him to level up quickly as well so they could progress together. With that, she dashed off, promising they'd level together next time. Now, with her gone, our protagonist was left alone. He muttered to himself, it's time to try out my new skill. Lying before him were the corpses of defeated monsters, and he was ready to transform them into part of his skeleton army. Corpse explosion, he declared. A massive blast erupted from the remains, flames consuming the bodies. He observed the results and commented, after being enhanced by my talent, the area of effect has expanded significantly. Its steps basically become a divine skill now. Next, he set his sights on the Shiha mine dungeon. As he walked towards it, he explained that summoning a bronze-tier skeleton warrior now costs 70 spirit points, and he had 300 remaining. In his summoning space, 48 out of 100 slots were already filled, all with skeleton warriors. No need to rush, he said. Sooner or later, I'll have a full army. Standing at the mine entrance with a skeleton worker by his side, he took in the scene. Outside, a group of aura hunters searched for teammates. A notice displayed, normal difficulty. Party of 3 required need healer, but he wasn't looking to join anyone. Inside, the system prompted him, choose your difficulty, normal or nightmare. He clicked on nightmare without hesitation, noting there was no hell difficulty yet. Elite monsters appear even in normal mode, he said. Choosing nightmare will be much more difficult. A hunter approached him, asking, are you a summoner? But when he activated his detection skill, the system blocked it due to a shielding badge. Around him murmurs began. You're a seer, right? They deal high damage. Want support? Someone asked. He declined, no thanks, and confirmed nightmare difficulty. Instantly people around him were stunned. He sets going solo? He must be crazy. Inside the Shiha mine, a strong scent of blood filled the air. He spotted a hulking goblin and identified it as a goblin mine guard, enhanced elite monster, level 14 with strength 800, agility 400, spirit 200, constitution 1000 and a stun skill. He summoned his skeletons, comparing the goblin set's stats to a level 14 knight, who would usually have only 300-400 constitution. A normal professional couldn't set clear this, he noted, but my skeletons can handle it. The skeletons charged in and tore through the goblins. He received a massive reward, 4,200 XP. That sips 10 times more than monsters of the same level outside, he exclaimed. 1 kill in here is worth 10 outside. Determined, he vowed not to leave a single monster alive. Notifications poured in. 15 goblin mine guards eliminated. 5 skulls obtained. 6 furs obtained. Level up, achieved. He reached level 11 in just 5 minutes. His spirit points replenished, allowing him to summon 4 more skeletons. His stats now showed strength, 120. Summoning space, 100. Even his talent comprehension had reached level 2, and the passive skill damage transfer activated. The system explained that damage taken by the necromancer would now be redirected to his summons. His active skill Soul Flame burned the enemy's soul, causing additional damage. Post level 10. Each level granted a plus 20 bonus to strength and agility, double the previous rate. His skeletons had also grown stronger. For example, his bronze skeleton warriors now received plus 200 in basic attributes, due to a 10x talent multiplier. The only skill that hadn't improved yet was corpse explosion. He then recalled Ning and wondered if she might recognize the body of one of the enemies. Suddenly, a huge white wolf appeared. It was a lion wolf king, elite leader, level 15 with strength, agility, constitution 2000 and its skill. Roar. Its eyes glowed red. This one was in chaos mode. But he smirked. Even if you have superior stats, you're still outnumbered. He commanded his army to advance. The skeletons glowing red from Rage Strike charged in. The bigger the enemy, the more it benefits my army, he said. The wolf used Roar again, powerful enough to send his troops flying, but the attack power wasn't especially high. Then, unexpectedly, the boss ran away. A dungeon boss. Running? He questioned. Suspicious. Moments later, eyes appeared in the shadows. More wolves emerged. Level 14 mining wolves, easily over 100 in number. Even professional teams of 5 would struggle against these odds, he said, but with a smirk. I set them a necromancer, and these are all my experience points. Preparing corpse explosion again, his hair lifted from the magical energy swirling around him. The upgraded version of the skill now dealt 100% of the enemy's HP instant death. One massive explosion later, the wolves were decimated. The white wolf survived, but not for long. Lin Moyu calmly said, I'm fair. You deserve a taste too. Another boom and the wolf was gone. It gave him 15,000 XP, equal to 5 fierce wolves. Though the skill cost was high, the loot made up for it. He continued through the dungeon, confident he would soon face the final boss. If I keep clearing dungeons solo, he thought, I'll level up faster than ever. In just over an hour, he had gained 1 level. At this rate, reaching level 19 was completely possible. Then came the next boss, Goblin King, a level 16 monster with an insane 3000 strength. Lin Moyu muttered, time to wake up, big guy. The Goblin King lunged at him, slashing down, but thanks to damage transfer, the hit went to a skeleton, which instantly shattered. He took out 2 skeletons in a single hit. He noted, "Icep's too weak, my defense can handle that level of constitution." Placing a hand to his head, he admitted, the weakness is me. He needed to improve his own stats, not just his summons. The Goblin King charged again, but Lin Moyu stood tall. Don set forget, I have an entire skeleton army behind me. The battle erupted. The Goblin King used Shockwave, Fire Breath, and boosted his physique. Lin Moyu strategically recalled his skeletons and used Soul Flame, draining his last bit of spirit. He had to end it, now. With one final rage strike, the Goblin King fell. 40,000 XP was the reward. He also received Goblin Sword Bronze Weapon, Wisdom Robe Double Equipment, Goblin King Sip's Core. Now at level 12, he looked at the Goblin Sit's lifeless body. Thank God, he sighed. That level up just restored my spirit points. He donned the Wisdom Robe, noting that while it wasn't ideal for a necromancer, the added spirit and physique plus 10 made it worthwhile. Holding the Goblin King's core, he valued it at around 10,000 coins, nearly equal to 2 other pieces of equipment. The rewards from this dungeon had been more than worth it. After emerging from the dungeon, Lin Moyu held something glowing faintly green in his hand. With his spirit fully replenished from leveling up, he now had the ability to summon 4 skeleton warriors once again. Confident and calm, he ordered his army to return and stepped out of the dungeon. The crowd outside was stunned. Wait, he's alive? Someone exclaimed, eyes wide. Not only had he survived, but he now wore a gleaming wisdom robe, a rare piece of equipment that left onlookers speechless. Lin Moyu quietly sat by his favorite tree, his usual spot for reflection. He pondered his recent dungeon experience, and realized something critical. He had finally pinpointed his greatest weakness, and gained a deeper understanding of how his skills truly worked. Flashbacks played in his mind. He thought to himself, if I can utilize Corpse Explosion correctly, it's practically an invincible skill. And as for Soul Flame, not only can it interrupt enemy abilities, but it completely ignores their defenses. Even nightmare-level bosses won't stand a chance. It was becoming clear, Lin Moyu wasn't just a necromancer anymore. He was beginning to embody the necromancer monarch. 12 hours later, he had again regained the ability to summon 4 skeletons. While walking near the wilderness, he noted that experienced players often gathered in that region. His thoughts drifted to Ninghi, someone who clearly stood out from the rest. Back outside the dungeon, a commotion was unfolding. A confrontation had erupted. Several players were arguing with the Dynasty Guild. This isn't set fair, one shouted. What gives you the right to block others from entering? A guild member, with peach-colored hair, stood in front of the gate and replied, our guild leader is currently completing a task inside. No one else is allowed in until Icep's finished. You don't own this dungeon, someone else retorted. The tension escalated quickly. One of the Dynasty Guild members abruptly shoved someone aside, and the player collapsed, dead. The crowd gasped. People stared, furious and afraid. You just killed him, someone yelled. But the peach-haired man and his comrades merely scoffed. If Yusef got the guts, come take revenge. We welcome you. At that moment, Lin Moyu approached. Someone in the crowd recognized him instantly. Wait, that's Sips, the guy who solo cleared the dungeon. The situation was explained to him. Apparently the Dynasty Guild was after the Goblin King's core, which had an incredibly low drop rate, and only appeared every 100 days in nightmare-level dungeons. Today was that 100th day, and they were staking their claim. But none of them knew. Lin Moyu already had the core in his possession. He learned that the task to retrieve the Goblin King's core had originated from the Dynasty Guild, but until now, no one had succeeded. They were offering 10,000 gold for it, an insultingly low price considering the core's actual value was at least 30,000 gold. What made the core so valuable? It could be forged into the Goblin King's ring, an accessory that increased all attributes by 10 and boosted every skill level by 1. Usable only from level 15 onward, it was regarded as the strongest accessory below level 40. The item was not only powerful, it was game-changing. Lin Moyu looked at the core in his hand and scoffed. To a beginner, this would seem like an overpowered treasure. Without hesitation, he began to walk past the Dynasty Guild. Hey, what are you doing? Someone from the crowd warned. Don Set, stand up to them. You still get killed. A few steps ahead, another player was being trampled by Dynasty members. How dare a guildless player challenge us? They sneered. Don't set even think of showing your face again. Then, turning to Lin Moyu, one of them growled, "Are you here to die too?" Lin Moyu met their gaze calmly. His eyes burned with the subtle fire of the necromancer monarch. "You're blocking my way," he said coolly. "You little brat." One of them snapped. "Do you even know who you stare talking to? Get lost. You stare just a level 12 rookie." Another one jeered. "Why do you even want to enter the dungeon? Just go kill monsters outside." The crowd around him grew tense. "Come back quickly," someone pleaded. "The Dynasty Guild doesn't set reason with anyone. They still kill you without a second thought." One of the guild members looked uneasy. "Why does that kid's gaze make me feel nervous? Why isn't he afraid?" The peach-haired man barked an order to the officers behind him. "Take him out." Among the attackers was a level 25 mage. He laughed. "A level 12 newbie like you. You couldn't set even scratch my shield if I let you hit me freely." But the moment one of Lin Moyu's skeleton warriors struck the shield, it immediately began to crack. Panic spread across the mage Sip's face. "No, if that attack lands, I one set just lose my shield, I sell die." He quickly activated his fire repulsion ring, but the fight had already begun. Lin Moyu's skeleton was now clashing head-to-head with the Dynasty Guild. And this time, Lin Moyu wasn't just fighting to survive, he was fighting to prove that even a so-called rookie necromancer could bring giants to their knees. The scene opens with our protagonist being forcefully pushed back by the summoner. Just then, a man with peach-colored hair steps forward and declares, "You must eliminate the summoner." His allies, a woman and a man wielding 3 arrows, speak up. "Since you dare to challenge the Dynasty Guild, prepare to die." Without hesitation, they launch a volley of deadly arrows toward him. But the protagonist shocked. He exclaims, "Why are there so many?" Another voice cries out, "That guy Sip's a monster, he Sip's outnumbered us." Suddenly the scene shifts. The main character gives a loud command, formation. His summoned army begins to power up, strength enhanced, agility enhanced, spirit enhanced, speed enhanced, all activated at once. A confident smile crosses his face. "Supporters, bless them," he orders. In perfect coordination, the support mages provide a massive buff. He proudly states, "My guild is experienced. We fought together for a long time. This will be a piece of cake." As the enemy gathers, Lin Moyu turns back. "Step back," he tells his allies, then unleashes Soul Flame. One of the archers attempts to strike him but is immediately engulfed in fire. Another attacker shouts, as expected of Dynasty Guild, "Their healers are amazing." But the healer's eyes widen in horror. The man's head is incinerated in an instant. Panic sets in. Is our entire guild gonna be wiped out by one person? They all charge at once. A defender raises his shield, but it shatters under the force of the protagonist Sip's rage strike. His skeletons go berserk, tearing through the ranks. The peach-haired man can only gape in disbelief. He Sip's not even human. Then, as if sealing their fate, Lin Moyu calmly says, "There's nowhere to escape." He casts Corpse Explosion. The entire battlefield is engulfed in flames. The peach-haired man tries to flee, but the attack engulfs everything. "This is annihilation," Lin Moyu remarks coldly. "Not even their corpses remain." Half an hour passes. A guild member returns, disappointed. "I still couldn't get the goblin core." He looks around. "Guild leader?" There's no response. "Where's Ziji? Where did everyone go?" He sends a message, hoping for an answer. Silence. A bead of sweat forms on his brow. Something's not right. He thinks to himself, "We're the strongest in this area. Is it even possible that they've been eliminated?" 1 hour later, the story continues. Lin Moyu, now wearing a wisdom robe, slays another goblin king. He earns 40,000 experience points and a low-level monster core. He checks the loot. Still no goblin king core. "I still need to wait until I reach Jang Academy and find an alchemist." From his spoils, he obtains the Goblin King's magic book. "This will enhance my soul flame and corpse explosion," he notes. With that, he reaches level 13. Still a bit low, but enough to get me to the academy. With that, he teleports away. Upon reaching the outskirts, he notices something odd. "Why is everyone gone?" "I guess as expected, fleeing was the right choice," he says. "After all, if you saw a level 999 sorcerer camping outside a dungeon, wouldn't you run too?" The next day, Shash arrives at the Shihai Mine dungeon. Now that she's finally level 10, she can enter. She spots someone and immediately recognizes him. It's Lin Moyu, the only one here capable of summoning creatures like those, a necromancer. She's amazed. Is he really soloing this dungeon? Despite just hitting level 10, she sits determined to level up again. "I am also a rare elemental mage," she affirms. "It would be hard to find a party." 45 minutes later, we return to Lin Moyu. He steps deep inside the dungeon. "After leveling up and meditating to recover spirit, my skeleton army is now at 72, he observes. "Only 38 left until full capacity." Then, he grins. Time to wake up, Mr. Goblin Cake. He defeats the Goblin King with ease, and secures another stone. Speaking to the goblin, he says, "You were made to be killed. Being defeated by me is faster, less painful. I don't even want to fight you, but I have no choice. I need to level up." 12 hours later, he's still grinding. "Come on, just 3 more runs," he mutters. "We're already acquainted, aren't we?" He's at level 14, with 60% progress to the next level. Finally, we see him sitting quietly in the forest, meditating. He now commands 76 skeleton warriors, and his attributes have reached 2,300. As Lin Moyu sat quietly, he muttered to himself, "It's too bad I can't increase the skill level of my skeleton warriors." Just then, a familiar voice called out, "Lin Moyu." It was Shashu. He looked up, visibly surprised to see her emerging from the dungeon. She walked up and asked, "What level are you now?" He replied, "Level 14. She was taken aback, not just by the number, but by the sheer speed of his progress, and maybe, just a little, by his quiet charisma. Jokingly, the narrator reminds us that his infinite riz might be a factor. Shashu, now a level 11 elemental mage, was no slouch herself. For someone not built like a super gigachad protagonist, reaching level 11 was impressive. She explained that her entire party had been exhausted after just 2 dungeon clears, barely reaching level 11. She couldn't wrap her head around how Lin Moyu had soared ahead to level 14. "In the beginner dungeon you were level 7 and I was level 5. How?" Frustrated, she turned her back on him. "I won't let myself lose to you," she declared. Lin Moyu raised an eyebrow. Didn't she just leave the dungeon? Why is she looking for another party again? He paused. Wait, don't tell me she has no cooldown? An hour later, she was already back at it. Level 11 elemental mage, looking for a party, she called out. "One time isn't enough, I need to keep going." Others glanced at her with curiosity, but Lin Moyu simply thought, "She's way too competitive. I can't even find a chance to talk to her properly." Another hour passed. Lin Moyu was sitting in the forest, enjoying the tranquil ASMR-like sounds of the Loa High woodlands, while Shashu was on the ground, exhausted but determined. "I won't lose to you," she muttered, looking his way. "Seriously?" Lin Moyu sighed. Back at the entrance of the Shihai mine dungeon, she raised her hand again. "We're missing a mage, right? I'm a level 12 elemental mage," but just 30 minutes later, she was sitting back on the ground, too drained to continue. Still, she proudly noted her new level 12. Lin Moyu looked over. "Are you tired?" "I don't even want to lift a finger," she replied, "but I can fall behind you again." "Just because of that?" he asked. Shashu shot him a glance. "How can you even ask me that? After being overshadowed by you for so many years, I decided I'll definitely surpass you this time." He smiled faintly. "If I known earlier, I would let you take first place." Unintentional charisma. He done it again. Looking up at the starry sky, she added softly, "It's not just about you. I want to get into Jiang Academy too. You start going, right?" Lin Moyu nodded. "You need to be at least level 15 to take the entrance test. Level 16 is safer. At your current pace, it'd still be hard to reach that." He suggested, "Try clearing the nightmare level dungeon. You still level up faster that way." She stared at him. "Are you kidding? Elite parties for nightmare level dungeons only recruit professionals at level 16 or 17. I stem level 12. I wouldn't even get considered." She sighed. "That's why I stuck with normal runs, but if I push hard, I might hit level 14. Reaching 15 won't be too far off." Lin Moyu, watching her intently, asked with genuine curiosity, "How are you avoiding dungeon cooldowns?" She smirked. "You don't know? Wait, you have something I don't know." She laughed. "I'll tell you if you say please." He replied with a dry smile. "They say A-grade students are the brightest, but you're acting like a real airhead right now." With a playful grin, she handed him a small talisman. "Here, this is a cooldown reset item." He stared at it. It was a beginner cooldown talisman, and it had already been used 3 out of 10 times. "I can't believe something like this exists," he whispered. "Yes, it's quite expensive," she explained. "My dad looked really sad when he gave it to me. Looks like I might not be able to make full use of it after all." She continued, "I have to use all 7 remaining chances in the next 2 days. Plus, with my natural cooldowns, I need to clear the dungeon at least 9 more times to reach level 15. Seeing how utterly worn out she was, Lin Moyu offered, "I can team up with you. You still definitely reach level 15 that way, and you even have to lift a finger." Shashu blinked. "Oh right. I totally forgot this guy can solo clear dungeons." And he was right. If they cleared together, they both gain more experience. She wouldn't even need to do anything. With a warm smile, she agreed. "All right, let's party up. We still share the cooldown talisman." Then rest for 2 hours, he advised. Later, she woke up, stretching beside the dungeon entrance. 2 hours flew by so quickly. He tapped the interface. Boom. The dungeon opened, but something was off. Wait, this is nightmare level, she shouted. These monsters' sit stats are insane. Did you choose the wrong level? Wearing his wisdom robe, Lin Moyu calmly replied, stick close to me. She hesitated, unsure whether to run or trust him, but one thing was certain, she wasn't going to be the one to back down now, not after coming this far. Walk faster, don't tell me you're scared, Lin Moyu said casually, glancing back at Shashu. Inside the dungeon, she paused, confused. Why aren't the monsters attacking? She asked. Lin Moyu replied, they sips you're not dealing any damage to my skeletons. She stared, dumbfounded. Just what is he doing? Suddenly the familiar figure of the white wolf emerged. Her eyes widened. That sips the Wolf King. In nightmare level, it sips twice the size of the normal version. But Lin Moyu didn't set flinch. Instead he muttered, fighting it normally is a waste of time. He raised his hand, corpse explosion. Boom, the blast tore through the battlefield. A notification popped, level 14 M-Guard defeated, 1100 XP acquired. And then, another, 2 enemies down in seconds. Shashu Sep's jaw dropped. My experience just shot up by 30%. What the heck is this? She exclaimed. My old party of 3 struggled for 20 minutes to take down the Wolf King, and you did it in less than 1. Lin Moyu simply said, let sets go. She followed, still stunned. Has he been clearing nightmare-level dungeons all this time? She whispered to herself. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I never would believed it. A professional under level 20, solo clearing nightmare mode. It hadn't even been 10 minutes since they'd entered the dungeon, and they were already at the boss room. My old party needed an hour to even reach this point, she muttered. Then, just like that, the boss was obliterated in one strike. Lin Moyu leveled up again, level 15. The notification chimed. You leveled up again? Shashu said in disbelief. The gap between us just keeps growing. Collapsed on the ground, she noticed something gleaming. A long sword. Well, it's Sep's not a staff, but it's Sep's not bad. Then she spotted something else. The Goblin King's scepter. That's the best mage weapon available before level 20, she said quietly. There are some in the trade market, but I don't want to ask my father for money. She picked it up. You should keep it, Lin Moyu offered. Huh? Why don't you want to use it? I already have this, he replied, holding up the Goblin King Sep's magic book, and I don't like scepters anyway. She blinked. I've never even seen him use that book. Maybe it's too insignificant for him to bother with. Lin Moyu crouched beside a monster Sip's corpse. As expected, gathering monsters and using corpse explosion is the fastest method. He equipped the Goblin King Sep's magic book and his intelligence robe. Then, standing before the dungeon boss, he muttered, sorry, but you still have to die 5 more times. Shashu stared at him. Why are you talking to the boss? It's not like it can understand you. He shrugged. Doesn't matter. I just wanted to say it. At this point, our boy was bullying dungeon bosses for sport. Shashu glanced at him again, her thoughts echoing in her mind. What a strange guy, but he's kinda cute. He turned back to her. Let's go again. Alright, she nodded. Second clear, done. Third, fourth, fifth, all cleared with ease. Eventually, she reached level 14. We still have a day and a half before the entrance exam, she said, panting. We can run the dungeon 2 more times. Idiot Lin, she muttered. You are going to level up again too, aren't you? If I can reach level 15, passing the exam will be simple, he replied. He glanced at his progress bar, almost level 16. Then Shashu asked, wait, are you trying to become the champion? Champion? He echoed. She explained, you earn a lot of points for being the top performer, but more importantly, the champion gets a chance to enter the Creation Seminary, the most prestigious division in the Shajing Academy. Creation Seminary, he repeated, intrigued. She nodded. I heard from my father, it sits the best of the best in the country. If Shajing Academy is full of talented elites, then Creation Seminary is where the pinnacle of power resides. They stood atop a building, the view behind them vast and dramatic. A breeze swept past as she continued. Senior Su Shanjian is there. He sips the only one from Shihai City who ever made it. She smiled. I think you could be the second. If you make it in, even Principal Liu will smile in his sleep. She looked at him, admiration clear in her eyes. Your method of clearing dungeons is unheard of. You completely changed my understanding of what set's possible. If you can make it to the seminary, then who could? Lin Moyu replied calmly, my sister sips already at Shajing Academy. I have to get in too. If there's even a chance to enter the Creation Seminary, he added, I still take it. Suddenly, Shashu pointed. Hey, isn't Stet that Ga Yang? They turned to see a level 11 knight approaching. It was Lin Moyu's close friend. Lin Moyu turned to Shashu, bring him along for our next dungeon run. Meanwhile, inside a distant guild office, chaos erupted. Has your brain been eaten by a dog? A man yelled furiously. Why the hell are you trying to restrict dungeons? Do you think the country and the association are just decoration? A ring glinted on his finger as he barked more orders. If you want to die, don't drag the guild down with you. He slammed a hand on the desk. You stup are already level 16. Stay in the guild and don't go anywhere until the exam starts. A younger man asked hesitantly, but, what about Shy Eye and the rest? The elder man Sip's tone grew colder. I've already sent people to investigate. You don't need to worry about it anymore. One thing was clear, for someone to make several guild members disappear without a trace, their strength had to be beyond imagination. The moment was tense, as someone boldly dared to stand against the powerful Dynasty Guild, and yes, that someone was none other than our protagonist, Lin Moyu, accompanied by his loyal companions, Shashu, Gang, and of course his formidable skeleton army. Gang was seen frantically searching for Shashu and Moyu, only to realize they were both right behind him. Turning around, he smirked with a mischievous grin and remarked, "You two are on a date or something?" Annoyed, Shashu snapped back, "Shut up or I'll tear you apart." Gang laughed it off, claiming he was only joking. Shashu then folded her arms with confidence, and told Gang not to look for another party, just come with us. Once the cooldown ends, we'll definitely get you to level 12 before the exam, she declared, radiating the composure of a true Sigma female. Gang, surprised and touched, turned bashful. With a sparkle in his eye, he declared, "You two are my saviors." He then expressed his determination, saying he needed to reach level 12 to qualify for the academy. Bowing respectfully, he added, "Don't worry, Miss Shah, I'll follow your every command." Shashu, unimpressed, warned him, "If you keep acting like this, we're not helping you anymore." But Gang, ever the comedian, responded, "If you ask me to go east, I'll head east. If you ask me to play dead, I'll drop like a corpse." His antics made even Lin Moyu chuckle. Shashu threatened him once again, conjuring fire in her palm, to which Gang quickly submitted, asking how much longer her cooldown would last. 10 hours, she replied as she extinguished the flame. He nodded and said he'd go hunt other monsters to pass the time. Before leaving, he turned back and called out, "Best of luck, Moyu, I'm cheering you on, you'll get Shashu sooner or later." Just then, a fireball hurtled toward Gang, who barely dodged it. Shashu, clearly irritated, muttered how annoying Gang could be. Moyu, ever calm, just smiled and said, "He's just teasing, let him be." 10 hours later, the trio was deep inside a dungeon. Gang, now worried, looked at the screen and exclaimed, "Boss Lin, Miss Shah, did you select the wrong difficulty? It's Seps on Nightmare." Shashu didn't entertain the question. "Don't ask too much, just follow from the back." Gang, frustrated, muttered, "So I'm not the only one reacting like this." It was clear Shashu too was taken aback but kept her composure. Soon they were teleported into the rift. Inside the rift, Gang clung nervously to Shashu. "This is nightmare difficulty," he whispered. "If I get scratched, I sit dead." Shashu scolded him. "Why are you so close? You stare the night, you should be protecting me." Just then, an explosion rocked the dungeon. Lin Moyu had already unleashed his signature spell, Corpse Explosion, annihilating a powerful monster instantly. Clad in his majestic robe, Moyu stood calmly as the defeated orc goblin lay sprawled on the floor. That was the boss?" Gang stammered in disbelief. "In nightmare difficulty? It's dead already?" Even a 10-member party would have struggled, yet Moyu made it look effortless. Shashu, unfazed, responded, "Of course. What did you expect? He's our main character after all." Overwhelmed, Gang latched onto Moyu Sip's leg. "Boss Lin Moyu, please bring me along to future dungeons." Shashu rolled her eyes. "Can you act like a proper knight for once? Show some backbone." Gang shrugged. "What's the point of being a knight when we have a monster like Boss Lin with us?" He wasn't wrong. With an overpowered necromancer in the party, traditional roles seemed pointless. Moyu gently pushed him off. "Let go of me, I'll bring you next time." He then mentioned they only needed one more dungeon run. He'd reach level 16, Shashu would hit level 15, and Gang level 12. Then came the reminder, the academy exam was near. Elsewhere, atop a high wall, officials looked on. One asked, "The children should be returning by now, right?" Among them was the school president, and a hooded girl. She murmured, "The exam is tomorrow. I wonder how it's still turn out." A man in robes and dark sunglasses commented, "Old Lu, I heard your school SIP's 2 prodigies are aiming for Sheijing Academy." President Lu nodded. "Yes, both of them are going for it. Based on past standards, candidates at level 15 stand a good chance. Level 16 guarantees entry." He admitted that reaching level 16 was extremely difficult. In Shihai City, aside from Swenning, only Lin Moyu's sister had ever achieved that level. The conversation continued. One is El Madsep's brother, the other the pride of the Shah family. Maybe they still create miracles. Suddenly a student appeared. Someone's here, said the man with shades. It was Zhu Zhen, a level 12 swordsman from their school. Level 12? Not bad, they remarked, acknowledging his strength. Then came another, an archer girl with gothic vibes, short hair and leaf-like arrows on her back. She was an eagle-eye archer. And her level? 15. She's a level above your student, one of them pointed out, but the other countered, level doesn't decide everything. The exam is what counts. Principal Liu nodded in agreement. Despite the growing anticipation, none of the students had yet reached above level 14, except perhaps for the mysterious trio. Meanwhile, doves flew north, marking the changing season. Back at the wall, someone asked, "Where are Lin Moyu, Shashu and gang? Shouldn't they be here by now?" Concerns started to spread. Could something have happened to them? As the sun began to set, the three of them were finally seen walking side by side, silhouetted against the fading light. They looked confident, cool and composed, like legendary heroes ready for the final trial. As the dust settled, the principal let out a relieved sigh. "Yes, they're finally back," he murmured, visibly glad that the students had returned safely. Though he had been worried they might be injured, it seemed they had made it through just fine. Now, he found himself wondering, what were their levels? We first see Gang Ya, now revealed to be a level 12 sword and shield knight. Beside him stood Shashu, impressively at level 15, and now an elemental mage. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Some of the female students were stunned. She really reached level 15, one of them said in disbelief. Principal Liu nodded thoughtfully. That means she has an 80% chance of being accepted into Shang Academy. The man standing next to him chuckled. Old Liu, you must be proud. But then came the real shocker. Lin Moyu stepped forward, profession necromancer, level 16. A wave of silence swept through the faculty. Their expressions froze in awe and disbelief. Level 16? That's insane, one of them exclaimed. Even Principal Liu couldn't help but let out a confident, almost smug expression. The man beside him added, they must have cleared dungeons non-stop, and look at their weapons. He pointed toward Gang's sword and shield and Shashu's scepter. Those are drops from the Goblin King. The chances of getting even one of those items are minuscule. To have two from the same set, it's almost impossible. It looks like they've been working hard, he concluded. The students were preparing to board the bus. Principal Liu turned to Gang. You guys go on ahead. We'll send you back to school once everyone else has gathered. Gang pumped his fist. Heck yeah, dude. Let's go. As the bus doors closed, Principal Liu Sist's expression shifted. His inner voice declared, it's Sist's time to get back at those fools. Meanwhile, Lin Moyu stood by the window, quietly staring through the glass. Rest well tonight, he whispered to himself. Tomorrow, we head to the examination site together. In a flashback, Principal Liu had once told Lin Moyu that reaching level 16 meant he was more than qualified for Shang Academy. But Lin Moyu had set his eyes even higher. He now aimed to secure first place and gain admission to the prestigious Creation Seminary, a place that would vastly accelerate his growth. The next morning arrived. We see Lin Moyu once again, necromancer, level 16, at 8% experience. All his stats had reached remarkable levels. He now controlled 100 skeletons, each boasting an attribute power of 2,500. He was without a doubt, in peak condition. His equipment reflected that as well. He wielded the Goblin King Sip's magic book. Among his abilities were General Blessings, Damage Transfer, Soul Blaze Summon, Skeleton Warriors, and most notably, Corpse Explosion. At the gathering point, Boss Lin, better known as Gang Ya, stood ready. Shashu turned, spotting Lin Moyu's arrival. Are you confident? She asked with a warm smile. Yeah, he replied, hands casually in his pockets, radiating calm confidence. In his heart, he truly believed he was on par with or even superior to Jinru. Shashu nodded cheerfully. Let's meet again at Juding Academy. He simply answered, all right. Moments later, the students were each handed a glowing stone. This is a teleportation stone, Principal Liu explained. You can either break it or channel your spirit into it to teleport to the examination site. He added one final warning. Let me reiterate, your safety comes first. No matter what happens, your life is more important than any result. But why such a warning? Why would their lives be at risk in an academic exam? Something about this didn't sit right. Soon after, the scene transitioned to the Jianning Provincial Exam Center. Lin Moyu looked up. There must be over 10,000 people here. The trial tower activated with a thunderous vibration. The structure trembled slightly, then a mechanical voice echoed through the air. Please listen to the rules carefully. No sound is allowed. No questions are permitted. Violation of these rules will result in immediate disqualification. One student whispered, "No questions allowed? Then what if we don't set understand?" Before he could finish, the system cut in. Rules violated. Disqualified. The two of them were instantly teleported out of the exam. Gang stared in disbelief. What the heck? Lin Moyu, watching beside him, thought to himself, "At least this guy knows to shut up now." They then noticed 5 shadowy figures appear atop the tower. A voice continued. The trial tower will assign different challenges based on your profession. Combat professions will face battle tests. Support professions will face complex scenarios. A hulking, red-skinned ogre with white hair let out a primal roar, signaling the battle trials had begun. The announcer added, "After the basic trial, students will choose one of 3 difficulty levels. Normal, Nightmare, Hell. Each difficulty will offer different rewards. Points earned during the trial are your official exam score and can be used within the upcoming academies, where points are more valuable than gold." A flash revealed the interface, a student badge, a glowing book, and rising score counters. The system made one final declaration. You may use any current equipment. Storage space will be sealed. Violating rules will lead to disqualification. As all students began queuing to enter the tower, Lin Moyu stood silently in line, ready. He remarks that if just the Jiangning province has this many people taking the exam, then across the whole country, the number of examinees must easily exceed 1 million. With a confident smile, he adds that he was right. The trial tower is just like a dungeon, and participants will be sent to different locations based on their profession. Beside him, 2 other figures are also preparing to be transported. They appear to be legendary class candidates as well. Among them is our boy Lin Moyu, clad in his signature necromancer green. Soon after, word spreads about a new profession reported from Shay City, a chancer. Based on the information given, it seems to be a summoning-type mage. The city hopes this mysterious profession won't disappoint them. Nearby, the low-key guy from earlier stands among a group of intimidating figures, all of them clearly hunters, and they look overpowered. One can't help but wonder how they'd fare against Lin Moyu once he's at his peak. The examiners classify him first as a rare mage and decide to send him a mage-type monster 2 levels higher than him. Lin Moyu, eager to begin, finds himself facing a strange creature, a lion-faced monster with the body of an old desert traveler. The system identifies it as a wolf-orc mage. A countdown begins. 3, 2, 1. But he notices something unusual. The glowing light around the monster hides its level and attributes. Unbothered, he raises his hand and calls out, "Soul Blaze." He declares that it doesn't matter if he can't see its stats. Boom. The monster spins violently, and before anyone can react, instant kill. Time taken, 0.1 seconds. The low-key guy is stunned, and Lin Moyu stands there completely unfazed. Truly, our boy is the king of necromancers. Inside the trial tower's monitoring room, Ning Anfeng, one of the main examiners, watches with interest. Another examiner asks why Master Ning himself is here. He replies that he came to see the new profession in action. When the monster is defeated instantly, one examiner asks what to do. They can sit, even gauge the class sit's full potential. Nusking calmly says, if the rare profession difficulty isn't set enough, test him with legendary profession difficulty. One examiner protests, calling it unfair, but Ning insists, mark him with 100 points for the instant kill. If he passes the second round, award 1,000. Next, Lin Moyu faces a hunched branch-covered monster, a wolf beastman mage, level 20. Once again, Soul Blaze. Once again, instant kill. The room is shocked. Some suspect another legendary class, but Ning simply says there's no need for further testing and to move him to the second round. Soon, an announcement echoes, combat profession examinees. First round over. Total participants, 10,632. Passing candidates, 5,000. Lin Moyu glances upward as results display. Shashu checks the leaderboard. Lin Moyu first place, kill time, 0.1 seconds, score 100 points. She's in 33rd place and mutters in disbelief. 0.1 seconds, ridiculous. She refuses to surrender. Another competitor fumes, claiming first place should have been his hate. He can't believe anyone could beat his time, even the top 3, by that much. Lin Moyu simply wonders if he went a little overboard. A system notification appears. Combat profession, second round begins. Candidates may choose difficulty. A warning follows. The second round may cause injuries. If in danger, candidates can forfeit, ending their exam with current results. The rules are simple. There's a 30-minute time limit. Normal monsters, ordinary skull =, 1 point. Nightmare monsters, black skull, 3 points. Hellish monsters, skull wrapped in barbed wire =, 5 points. Lin Moyu smirks. Looks like we set are competing to see who can kill more in 30 minutes. Elsewhere, The level 16 Rage Warrior sizes up the challenge. Killing one hell-level monster equals 5 normal kills. Even if he got first place in round 1, he'll never beat me this time. Shashu strategizes. Elemental mages aren't great at close combat or single high-difficulty fights, but they excel in quantity. One of the cafe girls from earlier agrees. Elemental mages can deal powerful burst damage but aren't suited for melee. Shashu's choice of normal difficulty is smart. Meanwhile, divers' rare assassin class professions shine in close combat and are well suited for nightmare or hellish difficulty. Back in the training hall, the guide in armor wonders aloud, what difficulty will Lin Moyu choose? The crowd gathers, voices buzzing, hey move over, don't set crush me. We return to Lin Moyu, standing calmly as the system prompts him to choose his difficulty. The second round's test is simple in description, but brutal in execution. Sustained combat ability for 30 minutes. For most examinees, this is an exhausting challenge. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu selects hellish difficulty. He stands there like an unshakable force, radiating quiet confidence. In the observation stands, a woman in a purple cloak leans toward President Liu Yun and remarks, Liu, you hit the jackpot. 2 of the top 3 contenders are your students. Another examiner adds with a grin, if Lin Moyu becomes the provincial champion, you'll rise to great heights. The challenge begins. Before Lin Moyu stands a Wolf Beastman Warrior Elite, level 13. Its strength stat alone reaches 500, with all other stats above 100. Lin Moyu glances at it and mutters, too weak. His hand glows faintly as his aura builds. He orders his summons to move. In an instant, a towering skeleton warrior materializes. Its stats are monstrous, 2,500 across the board, and that's at just level 16. The battlefield becomes a slaughterhouse. The first enemy falls effortlessly. Lin Moyu notices the pattern. A second monster spawns 5 seconds after the first is slain. 2 skeletons will be more than enough to handle the flow. Up in the monitoring room, Ningshan Fang stares in disbelief. This summon is stronger than anything we've seen from summoner classes, and he can call forth 2 at once. This profession is stronger than I expected. Elsewhere, rival examinees push themselves to the limit. One Sihao goes all in, ignoring stamina conservation, but still trails slightly behind Sheshu. And then in sharp contrast, Lin Moyu, he sits sitting on the ground, relaxed, even munching on what looks like a potato. The proctors whisper, mark him down, he'll be remembered forever. Ningshan Fang rubs his beard, this youngster is interesting. Finally, the 30 minutes end. Wu Zhou cheers loudly. He managed to kill 50 monsters on hellish difficulty, a feat worthy of respect. He sips confident, this time first place is mine. The system announces the results. Examinees this round, 5,220. Wounded or forfeited, 2,780. Remaining 2,440, who may now either forfeit or continue. The scoreboard flashes. Lin Moyu, 165,470 points. Shashu, 270 points. Wang Yihao, 265 points. Wang Yihao's jaw drops. He quickly calculates, with a spawn rate of 1 monster every 5 seconds, that's 12 per minute, and 30 minutes gives a maximum of 1,800 points. For Lin Moyu to reach his score, he must have slain over 300 monsters. Yihao realizes in shock, Lin Moyu doesn't even need time to kill them. Spectators near President Liu Yun whisper, your student is terrifying. Liu Yun tries to appear calm but his hand trembles slightly. Even the old record holder, Su Kaishan, only reached 700 points in this round. Lin Moyu's raw power is rewriting the standards. The third trial is announced, still 30 minutes, but now against a single boss monster. Normal, 100 points. Nightmare, 300 points. Hellish, 500 points. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu clicks Hellish. This time, the opponent is the Wolf Beastman captain. Level 15. Strength, 1000. Agility, 800. Spirit, 500. Constitution, 1000. Skill, Wild Wind Slash. Intimidating, for others, yes, but to Lin Moyu, even his level 10 skeleton outclasses this boss. The fight ends quickly, his summons dismantling the captain with ease. Disappointed, he mutters that this hellish boss can't even compare to the elites from Shaymines. He hopes the final 2 rounds will finally challenge him. Meanwhile, Wang Yihao roars, kill, as his fury fuels his fight. Shashu battles fiercely, flames in her eyes. The goth girl assassin, a diver, vanishes into invisibility mid-battle. Elsewhere, the Rage Warrior delivers a devastating instant kill. And then, yet again, Lin Moyu finishes with laughable ease. The instructors are exasperated. We still haven't measured his true strength, one mutters. Ningshan Fang smirks. Then wait for the 5th round. If he wants to be provincial champion, he must clear it. Even then, I doubt it will show us his limit. The scoreboard lights up once more. Lin Moyu, 215,000 points. Shashu, 771 points. Wang Yihao, 765 points. Zhou 970 points. Gang 670 points. The crowd cheers for Gang's effort, a solid result in such a brutal trial. The announcement comes, next is the 4th round, difficulty and danger will increase drastically. You may still forfeit. A shadowy silhouette of the upcoming hell boss flashes on the screen. Wang Yihao grins wickedly, this is my chance, bring it on. With their current results, entering the Empire's top ranks was no longer in question. No one chose to forfeit, and the officials respected their decision. The battlefield shifted. Floating rock platforms rose high above the ground, each examinee standing ready upon them. The rules for the 4th round were announced. 10 waves of attacking monsters, each wave holding 10 enemies, 100 monsters in total. The next wave would arrive regardless of whether the previous was defeated, and the final wave would be led by a boss-level creature. Victory required killing them all. Each monster was worth 10 marks. Shashu stood ready, gripping a scepter crowned with a deep crimson orb, its glow hinting at either blood or some other precious essence. The boss monsters for this stage lined up in the distance, snarling and pacing. Observers whispered strategies. The best way to defeat a summoner is to take down the summoner himself, one said, wondering if Lin Moyu might panic this time. Ningshan Fang, however, simply shook his head. I still don't think this round will challenge him. The others gave him incredulous looks. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu summoned his warriors. Stretch your bones, my soldiers, he commanded. 3 skeletons appeared, more than enough to handle the incoming beasts. The monsters charged, but his minions tore through them with soul blaze, their attacks searing not just flesh but the very essence of their foes. The examiners were stunned. 3 summons? Why didn't he use them before? Why does he hide so much power? One muttered. Another sighed. This kid is such a show-off. Meanwhile, Lin Moyu yawned, clearly bored. Even the Shihan mines were more interesting, he thought. In the viewing area, some complained there was nothing exciting about his performance. You might as well watch the others, they grumbled. On the battlefield, Shashu unleashed wide-area spells, flames bursting around her. Wang Yihao, the rage warrior, threw himself into battle, each strike fueled by fury. Outside, the crowd watching on the big screens was in awe. His skeletons kill monsters the moment they appear, someone gasped. Others admitted they had been right to forfeit. There were simply too many enemies to handle. Gao En, however, fought until the 6th wave before collapsing. Lin Moyu is my boss, he proudly declared. Let me tell you about the time he soloed a nightmare-level dungeon. His audience was skeptical but intrigued. By the later waves, only 4 others remained alongside Lin Moyu: Shashu, Wang Yihao, the goth girl, and Fang Shu from another district. Moyu, of course, was casually eating a sweet potato. Watching Fang Shu finally reveal his true strength, he noted the man's background, a level 15 sacred swordsman from the Fang family's swordsman line, clearly aware that the last 2 rounds were critical for boosting his score. Wang Yihao's aura shifted. Berserk, his skill activated. For 5 minutes his strength and constitution surged by 500%, though at the cost of 200 agility. Once it ended, he would be weakened for half an hour. With a roar, he cut through the enemy ranks. Finally the last wave approached. Lin Moyu barely looked up. His skeletons moved, the boss fell, and the round was over. Only 5 examinees passed the 4th round. The results lit up on the scoreboard. Lin Moyu, 3,650. Shashu, 2,470. Wang Yihao, 2,270. Fang Shu, 2,270. 5th place, 2,200. Spectators murmured in disbelief. If the 4th round is this hard, how terrifying will the 5th be? Wang Yihao leaned on his sword, eyes sharp. As expected, the 5th round will decide the true victor. Shashu winced from her injuries, but smiled. Top 5. That should guarantee me entry into Shajeng Academy. The goth girl Sip's gaze burned. Shajeng Academy, here I come. From the shadows, a figure with cold purple eyes stepped forward. I know you all wish to enter Shajeng Academy, he said softly, but don't think you can rest easy. After the intense 4th round, the competition entered a new stage. Only 5 contenders remained, but the examiners quickly reminded them, reaching the top 5 does not guarantee victory. Perform poorly in the 5th round, and you will still be eliminated. Do your best to earn scores if you want to enter Shijing Academy. The moment everyone had been waiting for arrived. The stage was set for the iconic rivalry between Shashu and Lin Moyu. Soon after, the rules for the final trial, the 5th round, were revealed. All participants would be teleported into a special dimension known as the campaign space. There, monsters would spawn endlessly, with over 100 appearing in just the first wave. These were no ordinary beasts. They ranged from elite class and leader class to full boss level threats. The faster you killed, the faster the next monsters would spawn, a cycle that would also accelerate your growth and power. The campaign space was divided into 5 phases, each escalating in difficulty and rewards. Phase 1, level 15 monsters, 50 points per kill. Phase 2, level 16 monsters, 100 points per kill. Phase 3, level 17 monsters, 200 points per kill. Phase 4, level 18 monsters, 400 points per kill. Phase 5, level 19 monsters, 800 points per kill. Only the examiners could see the detailed scoring rules. Even the examiners outside would only witness changes in scores, not the exact methods behind them. When the round began, Lin Moyu immediately sensed the aura of death saturating the battlefield. Lightning crackled in the distance, the land scarred as if from an ancient, catastrophic war. His summons stood beside him, ready. The first enemies emerged, level 15 furry beastmen. Their guttural roars echoed, and Lin guessed they were calling for reinforcements. Their defenses were high, surviving his first strike. But the second blow, a corpse burst, obliterated them. 10 kills in an instant. Lin quickly realized he could use the beastmen's roars to lure in more enemies at once. Summoning additional skeletons, he ordered them to gather the monsters together before detonating them with another corpse explosion. The results were explosive. Literally, in an instant, his score skyrocketed by 4,500 points, confirming he had wiped out the first 100 enemies in one move. Observers outside were stunned, questioning the limits of a necromancer's power. As Lin paused, waiting for the next wave, fireballs suddenly rained down from the mountainside. His skeletons formed a shield, their piled bodies creating a barrier of bone. The source revealed itself. Level 16 furry beastmen mages. Then came the next threat. Crocodilian warriors wielding spears. Lin positioned his skeletons at the front, while he stayed behind, orchestrating their movements. A single command, corpse explosion, turned the battlefield into an inferno. His score leapt to 14,654 points, meaning he had just slain another 120 monsters at once. The onlookers were speechless. His area of effect devastation was overwhelming, especially combined with his already formidable summons. Whispers spread. Could this class surpass the legendary classes? But one cloaked observer cautioned. Dominance at low levels doesn't guarantee the same at higher tiers. We'll need to watch longer. Lin then noticed something. The aura of death thickened again. Phase 2 had begun. Around 40 level 16 beastmen appeared. Some archers, others warriors, their silhouettes shrouded in mystery. The true battle was only just beginning. Only one contestant in the last century has ever cleared Phase 3. Now whispers spread perhaps Lin Moyu has awakened an ultimate talent. Talents are rare, dual talents are 1 in a million, and this might be a 1 in 10 million case. Lin Moyu's score now stands at 34,653. His closest rival, Fang Shu, lags far behind at 6,200. Within moments he kills 200 monsters again, earning astonished complaints from those who wish they could send bosses against him. Meanwhile, far away, in the Shinya Empire's capital, the towering Trial Tower, one of the Empire's 3 divine towers, floats majestically above the city. But danger stirs. An abyssal predator with bulging red eyes emerges, only to be caught in a massive golden hand. It sneers that it is only a clone, warning that the children in the campaign space will die. The hand crushes it without hesitation. Shinya's defenders realize the truth. The abyss has infiltrated the campaign space, corrupting its rules. The ground inside was taken from abyss soil, giving the invaders an advantage. Top-level expert Bayan arrives, radiating heavenly light, and learns it will take an hour to repair the rules. Inside the campaign space, monsters vanish suddenly. Lin Moyu stands unshaken, while Shashu rushes to him, asking what happened. Wang Yihao arrives as well, confused. Then a holographic projection of Bayan appears, announcing the grim news: demons from the abyss are targeting them. For the next hour, they must protect themselves at all costs. Bayan urges unity. Together they can resist. Wang Yihao rallies the others with a chant. "We shall not fear death while fighting," shouts echo in response. Lin Moyu, however, analyzes the situation calmly. If the weakest abyss monsters are level 70, and Bayan believes they can resist, the invaders' strength must be limited, a sign that survival is possible. The examiners, however, see the abyss's true aim to cripple Shenya's future by killing its most promising talents. If this attack succeeds, it may happen again every year. Xuan Fang sits, voice cut through the tension. "Stop talking. Tell the people outside not to panic. They have to believe in Bai." The others nodded. "Yes, we must believe in him." Overhead, the sky turned crimson. A red moon known as the Blood Abyss Moon hung ominously above. Even Shash, normally composed, glanced up with fear in her eyes. The power of the abyss is moving, someone said grimly. Everyone, get ready. A voice growled from the shadows. If you want to kill our teammates, you self have to step over the corpses of knights first. From the darkness came mocking laughter. Not bad. As expected of the future of the Shensa Empire. Too bad, you will all die. The speaker, a twisted warrior of the abyss, sneered at Lin Moyu and Shash. 1 hour is enough for me to slaughter all of you. A shame I can taste your delicious corpses. The red moon seemed to draw closer, swelling with an oppressive presence. Then it descended. A beastman warrior, corrupted by the abyss, stepped into view. His level red 19, twin short axes glinted in his hands. Close range, fast, deadly. One of the female examinees suddenly remembered something. There's a limitation in the campaign space. The highest possible level is 19. A bowman behind her slapped his forehead. Right, how could I forget? Then what are we afraid of? We have numbers. But their confidence faltered as more corrupted figures emerged behind the first. Dozens of them. All enhanced elites. Shash instinctively clutched Lin Moyu's arm, hiding behind him. What should we do? She asked, her voice betraying her fear. Lin Moyu's gaze swept the battlefield. Troublesome, but manageable. He noted aloud that enhanced elites were similar to nightmare dungeon foes, except these had mutated from abyssal corruption. That meant one thing, more experience points. The monsters taunted them. Are you scared now? Frightened? Lin Moyu remembered Bai's words, as long as you work together you will win. There's one for each of you, he called out to the others. But not everyone shared his confidence. Wang Yihao groaned, we can't win. I can't even lift my blade. Darkness threatened to overwhelm him. Shash called after Lin Moyu, who had begun walking forward. Stupid Lin, what are you doing? Come back. There are over 100 level 19 enhanced elites over there. Go back, he told her without turning. No. Suit yourself. She tightened her grip on her red scepter, still unsure what he was planning. Around them, whispers spread. Lin Moyu, level 60 necromancer. What kind of profession is that? Are those skeletons? A new kind of summoner, another murmured. Do we trust him? But soon, they had no choice. They fell in behind Shash, following Lin Moyu's lead. Shash raised her voice. We cannot cower from battle. We cannot fear death. The Abyss warrior laughed. How brave. A pity to kill you now. Why not become the Demon King Sip's slave? Lin Moyusit's answer was ice cold. The gate will be open just for you. He judged the distance about 50 meters, perfect for a corpse explosion's maximum effect. This is enough, he murmured. The air behind him rippled as 100 skeleton warriors emerged in formation, their hollow eyes locked on the enemy. The examinees gasped. How does he have so many? They're so fast, even faster than me, Shash whispered, stunned. The skeletons surged forward, clashing with the enhanced elites. Rage strikes and slashes rained down, but the undead endured. Lin Moyu quickly estimated strength around 3,000, constitution above 3,500. Perfect. A corrupted beastman fell, sliced apart like a vegetable. Level 19 Fury Beastman Warrior killed. 8,000 experience gained. Without hesitation, Lin Moyu detonates the corpse. The blast spreads. Boom. Boom. The enemies fall, confusion in their eyes. Was it that simple? Someone whispers. What kind of skill is that? Even Gao Yang, usually arrogant, is stunned. Why didn't I awaken this profession? It's not fair. The surviving monsters rage. Impossible. You angered me. I drink your blood and eat your flesh. More foes charge in. Lin Moyu spots their leader, a hideous horned beast. So, that Sip's where you are. The monster snarls, but Lin Moyu calmly unleashes corpse explosion, soul blaze. The blast tears through the creature, flames burning at its very soul. What? What is this skill? How can it burn my soul? The beast gasps. This profession shouldn't exist. Lin Moyu's voice is cold. This is the price for invading. Outside, an old bearded man feels the change. The power of the abyss is getting weaker, but he quickly realizes, it's not that everyone inside is dead, many lives still burn brightly. That means, the Demon King has been injured. Bai warns him not to release his aura carelessly again. Still, he wonders, how could level 15-16 candidates injure a Demon King? Inside, the battle rages. The monsters grow stronger, but Lin Moyu's skills level up. Corpse explosion reaches level 2, a 20-meter radius, 150% damage, perfect for wiping out clustered enemies. Golden light surrounds him as he levels up again. Those watching are amazed and relieved he's on their side. The moon cracks apart. The abyssal consciousness is shattered. The battle space begins to collapse back to normal. Outside, golden light flows like a waterfall. The hunters confirm. The kids are safe. No casualties. Bai stares in disbelief, completely different from what he expected. The candidates are teleported out. Shash breathes in relief. We could never have handled those orc warriors without Lin Moyu. At the castle, the system declares the main combat exam over. Ningshan Fang explains that their evaluations will be handled directly by high-ranking Shenshan Empire officials, because top-tier academies demand more than high scores. His gaze settles on Lin Moyu. What happened in that battle space? I stamped looking forward to seeing your evaluation. Bai Yuan was seated, watching the replay of the battle. On the screen, Lin Moyu appeared, calm, composed, and undeniably impressive. This person is a necromancer, Bai Yuan muttered to himself. He had heard of the class before, a newly emerged profession from Shihai City in Jiangnan Province, but he never expected that someone of this class could turn the tide so decisively. Impressive, he murmured again as the footage highlighted Lin Moyu's recent feats. Bai Yuan continued his silent assessment. Calm, decisive in battle and powerful, this kid already has the potential to become a top-tier expert, and it accepts not just the class, he must have awakened strong talents as well. Then, his mind flashed back to earlier thoughts. Those other candidates had fled, deserted the battlefield. He couldn't rely on such cowards. After all, they were just teenagers. Lin Moyu's performance, however, was on an entirely different level. The results soon appeared in bold, holographic letters. Number 1. Lin Moyu. 34,000 points. Evaluation. Excellent. All the students gathered to witness the announcement. Principal Liu Yu couldn't contain himself. Let's go. Well done, kid, he shouted proudly. Nearby, an elderly man, a girl, and a grandmother in a purple robe offered their congratulations. Giving old Liu the top score in the province, he'll be bragging for the next 20 years, one of them teased. Shashu approached Lin Moyu with a bright smile. Congratulations, Lin Moyu. You really got the top score in the province. Thank you, he replied simply. You stir actually smiling, she noticed, the background seemingly blooming with flowers. You look so good when you smile. Why don't you smile more often? The rankings continued. Number 2, Shashu. 7,600 points. Evaluation, excellent. Old Liu got it. Second place is his too, someone in the crowd remarked, their tone tinged with envy. Number 3, Fang Wu. 6,700 points. Number 4, Zumi. 6,325 points. Number 5, Wang Jia. 6,300 points. Evaluation poor. Wang Jia scowled. My evaluation is poor. Once this comes out, forget Shaking Academy, even the top 20 high-tier academies in the Empire won sit accept me. I won sit accept this. Why did they give me a poor evaluation? This isn't set fair. Before he could protest further, the ground beneath him twisted into a swirling portal. A cold announcement echoed, Wang Xha has violated the rules of the exam area. Exploitation detected, and in an instant, he was gone. On the wall above, the examiner made the official declaration for combat class professions. This year's SUP's top scorer in Jiangnan Province is Lin Moyu. Cheers erupted. Gong among the celebrating students shouted proudly, see that? Lin Moyu is our leader, top scorer in the province. But the celebration was interrupted by a stern voice. Silence. An imperial order has arrived. Lin Moyu has become this year's SEP's national exam top scorer. Gasps filled the air. Even Principal Liu Yu froze. I didn't hear wrong, did I? Lin Moyu, a national top scorer, his face lit up with joy, and in his mind he imagined himself as an angel among angels, tears of bliss rolling down his cheeks. Top scorer, national top scorer, he laughed, almost giddy. Careful, old man, someone warned him. Don't get too excited, you might hurt yourself. You can brag for a lifetime now. Other voices chimed in. Lin Moyu is truly amazing. Our Jing province produced a national top scorer. In the future, I'll make sure my child goes to the same school, another said, already sounding like a fan. Fang Shu and his companion stepped forward. Lin Moyu, congratulations. Without you we would have been in real trouble this time. That's nothing, Lin Moyu replied modestly. You start planning to apply to Jing Academy, right? Fang Shu asked. Let's meet there. I'll treat you to a meal. Okay, Lin Moyu agreed. Shashu, watching silently, thought to herself, this guy doesn't talk much. We've been classmates for 3 years, and we've barely exchanged 10 sentences. She even made an X with her fingers. 26 sentences, Lin Moyu corrected calmly. The group stared, dumbfounded. Shashu flushed red with embarrassment while Zumi and Fang Wu burst out laughing. Later, at home, Lin Moyu told his sister over the phone, I said I'll be at Shaking Academy soon. To his grandmother he announced with pride, I Sep become the national top scorer. A sudden knock interrupted him. He opened the door to find Principal Lu Yu. No, a towering shadow loomed. A suffocating aura filled the room. Even breathing felt difficult. It was Bai Yuan. Lin Moyusif's instincts flared. Without hesitation, he summoned his skeleton warrior. Bai Yuan-sif's eyes narrowed. Good reaction. Lin Moyu bowed deeply. Greetings, Lord Bai Yuan. Even the skeleton mimic bowed. I came here to talk about Sheijing Academy, Bai Yuan said, his voice steady, calm, composed, excellent instincts. You stir a good seedling. President Lu Yu spoke up politely. Please don't set mind, Lord Bai Yuan. But Lin Moyu Sip's sister went to Sheijing Academy last year. Sip's been living here alone. Lin Moyu served tea, while Bai Yuan sat in silence, the weight of his presence still heavy in the air. And with that, the chapter came to an end. Bai Yuan's gaze lingered on Lin Moyu. With such a family background, both siblings entering Sheijing Academy, truly remarkable, he said. And having a genius like you is even rarer. His eyes swept over Lin Moyu's skeletal warrior. The display showed its strength, agility, energy and force. All at 250. These are average attributes, Bai Yuan noted, his tone tinged with curiosity. So in the battle space, how did you achieve such results? The skeletal warrior looked fearsome, but Lin Moyu's own stare was even colder, sharp enough to pierce through. Bai Yuan muttered, 4 attributes at 250. It seems others cannot see the talent-boosted stats of your skeleton. Then directly he asked, what talent did you awaken, Lin Moyu? Did you truly awaken one? My talent is amplification, Lin Moyu replied without hesitation. It strengthens all my skills. Amplification. Bai Yuan's expression shifted, the edges of his eyes narrowing with a dangerous gleam. That explains it. Then with deliberate weight in his voice he continued, I have 2 matters to discuss. First, your reward from Jing Academy. Second, I will take you to the academy. The day after tomorrow, there will be a trial, and I'm looking forward to your participation. What kind of trial? Lin Moyu asked. Trying to scam me? Just kidding. It is an internal trial of Sheijing Academy, Bai Yuan explained. All participants are internal students. I can give you details unless you agree to join. Lin Moyu fell into thought. Participation wasn't set compulsory, but internal participants? It sounded secretive and unusual. Bai Yuan added, normally you wouldn't even have the right to take part in this trial. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That sealed it. I'm in, Lin Moyu said immediately. Bai Yuan smiled. Good, then let me give you your rewards first. From his inventory, he brought them forth. As national top scorer, your rewards are substantial. First, 100,000 points. In addition to your exam score, he handed Lin Moyu a black card. Within the academy, points are more valuable than gold. The second reward, he continued, is 1 primary skill scroll and 1 intermediate skill scroll. The final reward appeared alongside the image of a towering dark structure. Based on your performance in the battle space, a special qualification entry into the Divine Summer Tower. The right to enter is precious, especially the first time. Prepare well before you go. Lin Moyu nodded. I understand. If Bai Yuan stressed its importance, it had to be significant. Get ready. I'll take you to Jing Academy, Bai Yuan said, his tone carrying optimism. The world around them shimmered. President Lu Yu's voice rang out. Good luck, kid, and then teleportation. When the light faded, they stood before a city of towering walls, magnificent gates, and sprawling buildings. Golden light radiated from an enormous pillar at the entrance. This gate is not only an entrance, Bai Yuan explained, it is a weapon. Even top-tier experts would pay dearly to break through it by force. Come on. Inside, he guided Lin Moyu to a quiet residential area. This will be your lodging for today. Rest. Someone will come to guide you. A young man with orange hair bowed. Lord Bai Yuan. As Bai Yuan departed, the man's eyes narrowed with suspicion. Who is this kid? Lord Bai Yuan personally received him, and yet his tone toward Lord Bai Yuan is so cold. He turned to Lin Moyu. Are you Lin Moyu? Yeah, Lin Moyu replied casually. The man straightened. Where would you like to stay? Options are 4-person room, 500 points per month, 2-person room, 1,000 points, single room, 2,000 points, or villa, 10,000 points. We also have villas with practice grounds. Prices vary greatly. He glanced at Lin Moyu Sep's exam badge. I know you have a lot of points right now, but I Sep'd advise saving. There are many places where points are needed. A 4-person room is fine. Single room dormitory, the man exhales and nods. Very well, 1 single-person dormitory, prepared. And so, Lin Moyu begins his new life in Jing Academy, settling into his private quarters, unaware of the trials and challenges waiting just beyond. Lin Moyu settles into his new room with a calm nod. This will do. Peaceful, quiet, perfect. The orange-haired assistant grins. Great. Student Lin, give me your ID, I settle register it right now. A sharp chime echoes ding, and suddenly, 1,000 points vanish from his account, leaving his balance at 133,650. The assistant stares at the number in shock. How do you have this many points? Lin Moyu, completely unfazed, replies casually, it sets the reward for becoming the national top scorer. The man sits jaw drops. 130,000. No wonder you wanted a single dormitory. I've been here all this time and only earned 10,000 points in total. I don't just even have a fraction of what you Sif got. Shaking his head in disbelief, he smiles politely. All right, from now on this room is yours. Rest well, and if you need anything, come find me. Oh, and remember, get a communication device tomorrow. You still find it very convenient. With that he leaves. Lin Moyu walks toward the window, his silhouette framed against the academy skyline, looking every bit like an anime protagonist in the corner seat. His eyes sharpen. Is someone practicing skills out there? Indeed, across Jing Academy SIP's courtyards, students are immersed in cultivation. Red, yellow, blue, and even purple auras glow around them. Each one trains with fierce focus. Lin Moyu thinks quietly to himself, in this kind of atmosphere, leveling up will definitely be faster than before. The next morning, his meditation ends as a knock sounds on his door. His aura fades as he rises. A familiar voice calls, teasingly, hey, what's wrong? Don Set recognize me. Lin Moyu opens the door and nods. I do, Ning Yi. It is the assassin from earlier chapters. Without hesitation, she grabs his hand. Come on, I still take you to breakfast and show you around the academy. Her energy is bold and lively, almost playful. Lin Moyu, however, remains the same. Quiet, detached, impossible to fluster. Soon, the two arrive at the academy cafeteria. The trays are filled with all kinds of food, steaming buns, warm bread, and fragrant dishes. Lin Moyu holds a simple tray with bread, while Ning Yi piles hers with nearly 10 buns. As they sit, she says, how are you paying? With points? Don Set. You can use coins here. Places that accept coins, Don Set, require points. I don't have coins. Only points. Lin Moyu replies calmly. She frowns, annoyed. If you don't sit have coins, just say so. I have plenty. Don't sit waste points. They sip are hard to earn. Luckily, it sips just 5 points, but she freezes, staring at his account balance. Wait, how the heck do you have this many points? Her bun nearly falls from her mouth. Lin Moyu looks at her blankly, unimpressed. To him, this wealth seems normal. Exasperated, she scolds him like an older sister. Listen, never use points when coins are enough. Even if you have a lot, use them wisely. Lin Moyu only shrugs, hand in his pocket. Yeah, got it. Then, without warning, he slides something across the table, a radiant crimson gem, shining with power. Her eyes widen. Is this a core crystal, from the Goblin King? Yes, he says casually. Her hands tremble as she holds it. Do you know its value? This is a tier 5 boss core, an accessory from the Goblin King. If sold, it would fetch at least 1 million coins. Lin Moyu simply replies, so what, you can have it. Her face turns pink. She stares at him, stunned. Wei are really giving this to me? Yes, he answers firmly. She clutches the gem close to her chest, flustered yet grateful. Thank you. I once said be polite about it then. After breakfast, she guides him around Jing Academy, through the gardens, the vast library and the grand lecture halls. Everywhere students are immersed in cultivation and study. Finally, at the academic affairs office, Lin Moyu asks the question that weighs on him. Why can't I find any information about my sister Lin Mohan? The clerk shakes her head. Her records are blank. It's possible she sips on a special confidential mission assigned by the academy. Or perhaps she has joined a specialized college, like the Divine Creation College. Either way, there sips nothing to worry about. Ning Yi adds, she sips right. Don Set stress over it. Nothing will happen to her. Lin Moyu bows his head slightly. Thank you. She glances back at him with a half smile. Come on, we reached the real reason I brought you here today. I want you to meet someone. In a classroom, Ning Yi calls out, Sister Tuo, I brought someone, the national top scorer. A young woman steps forward, tall and confident, her ponytail swaying behind her. Hello, my name is Shang Tata, level 23, Elf Knight class. She wears a striking outfit that radiates elegance and strength. Lin Moyu nods politely. Lin Moyu, level 17, Necromancer. Before Shang Ta can respond, another student scoffs loudly. A man clutching a staff with a glowing crystal sneers. Level 17? Are you kidding me? If you going to bring someone, at least make sure they worth it. Don't just drag along some random kid. Clearly, he doesn't yet realize who he is speaking to. Tension rises in the classroom. Shang Ta steps forward firmly. Ling Zhen, what do you mean by that? Watch your words. Moyu is the national top scorer. But Ling Zhen sneers, his tone dripping with arrogance. Compared to our hidden dragon team, being a top scorer means nothing. I've seen every so-called national top scorer before, and every single one of them turned out to be trash. He leans in closer to Lin Moyu, eyes narrowing with a fiery glow. You're Lin Moyu, right? Don't think you can act however you please just because you know Lord Ban. In our hidden dragon team, it's all about strength. You'll come with us for the trial, but you'd better keep quiet and not drag us down. Otherwise, I won't be so nice to you. Lin Moyu remains perfectly calm, hands still tucked into his pockets. In his head he scoffs. Even Shashu wasn't this arrogant. Ling Zhen, veins bulging on his forehead, roars, "What did you just say?" Flames of aura erupt around him, threatening to ignite the air itself. Shang Tao instantly steps forward, raising her sword and casting a barrier. Ling Zhen, stop. Even Ning Yi frowns, glaring at him. But Ling Yan smirks coldly. Sister Tana, I'm already being considerate of you. His orange crystal flares, piercing briefly through her blade before he turns his back and storms out. Shang Tao exhales, lowering her barrier. We still meet here at 9 tomorrow morning. I can reveal the trial sip's contents until then, so please be patient. Moyu nods casually. Understood. As they leave, Ning Yi mutters to him, Don't bother quarreling with that guy. He sits insane. Later, Shang Ta confronts Ling Zhen in private. I know you have grievances, but don't bring them into the trial. Lin Moyu was introduced by none other than Lord Ban. Ling Zhen's eyes burn with resentment. I have my boundaries. I just want to see what kind of person took his brother Sip's place. Arms folded, Shang Ta replies sharply. He Sip's the national top scorer. Even if that title doesn't mean everything, he must have something extraordinary to achieve it. His class is newly introduced too. Don't underestimate him. Ling Zhen scoffs. New classes appear every year. Most of them are trash. I bet this one is too. Meanwhile, Ning Yi and Lin Moyu head to the academy's marketplace. Let's stock up. Healing potions, mana potions, communication devices. We still need them. At the shop counter, Moyu gestures calmly. Please help me with the purchase. Ning Yi orders 10 red and blue potions each, and 1 communication device. Weapons line the display, bows, swords, gleaming under the lights. The bracelet on Moyu Sep's wrist glows as it links with the shop Sip's system, verifying his identity. Netsing Yi grins and raises her own bracelet beside his. Let's Sips add each other as friends. Moyu nods, unbothered. Sure. Her smile lingers, but anyone watching can tell, if she tries pushing things further, he'll shut it down instantly. Still, the friend system feels straight out of a video game, complete with connections and team support. As she prepares to leave, Ning Yi waves lightly. See you at the trial, Lin Moyu. He gives the faintest smile. I still see you there. Back in his room, Lin Moyu sits cross-legged, holding a radiant skill scroll. Its golden glow fills the air. We need to prepare more for the trial. The scroll burns away in his hands, dissolving into light as he absorbs its knowledge. Acquired skill, Slow Curse. Level 1. Curses enemies within 50 meters, reducing their speed by 50%. Duration 10 minutes. Moyu murmurs to himself. After talent amplification, the range extends to 50 meters, the slow effect reaches 50%, and the duration 10 full minutes. Images flash in his mind. Enemies slowed, stumbling, falling prey to his summons. He smirks. Another powerful tool. My skills now divide neatly into 3 paths: summoning, attack, and curse. He leans back, resting his cheek on his hand like an overpowered main character at ease. All series are important, all are powerful, and one day I shall master more. The night fades into dawn. The next morning, golden sunlight streams through the academy's halls. Ning Yi's voice cuts through the quiet. She knocks on Moyu's door cheerfully. Wake up, Lin Moyu, the sun is shining. Come down for breakfast. The next morning, the team gathers at the teleportation grounds. Shang Tao reminds them sternly, once we arrive, do not wander aimlessly. Ling Zhen, arms folded as always, shoots Moyu another glare. Kid, don't slow us down. Standing beside Moyu is another new face, a student with wild, unkempt hair, his aura sharp and dangerous. Nimjin Yi sticks out her tongue and teases Moyu. Don't drag us down either, and we shall be fine. Shang Tana cuts in, steady and commanding. Before we begin, let's introduce our classes. Whatever personal conflicts you have, save them until after the trial. One by one, the introductions begin. Miao Yu, level 20, Elf Elder, a rare class. Danon Ga, level 20, Diviner, another rare class. Both look more mature than their peers, radiating strength and composure. Ling Zhen, level 21, Warlock, rare class. He scratches his head with fake nonchalance, though his arrogance still hangs in the air. Shang Ta watches him with that unmistakable look, a warning glare like a mother silently telling her child to behave. Shang Ta, level 23, Elf Knight. Her presence is steady, commanding. Lin Moyu, level 17, Necromancer. Unlike the others, his class isn't labeled rare, but anyone paying attention can sense it's far more powerful. Ning Yi, level 19, Shadow Assassin, swift and deadly. Shang Ta looks around at them. In this trial, we must unite. Her hand closes around a glowing crystal. Don't blame me for being impolite if you refuse. Ning Yi salutes playfully. No worries, Sister Tawa. We once ruin the mission. The crystal flares, rising into the air. A portal opens beneath their feet, light rushing upward. Jing Academy, Hidden Dragon Team, Shang Ta declares, let the trial begin. The world twists. In an instant, they are transported. A colossal black tower looms before them, bound by chains. Red light pulses from its peak, filling the air with a suffocating aura. Even Lin Moyu finds himself pausing to take in its oppressive presence. Shang Ta identifies it, the Divine Jia Tower. The tower floats impossibly in the sky, as beams of light streak across their faces. Around them the landscape shifts, an island encased in a shimmering globe of light. They arrive at a glowing mission stone. Shang Ta gestures, touch it and learn the mission. Moyu presses his hand to it. The stone glows, revealing the trial SIP's objective. Mission: enter the Mermaid's Tier dungeon. Defeat the final boss. Obtain the Mermaid's Tier. Restrictions: a team of up to 6 may enter, with an average level not exceeding 20. Reward: only 3 Mermaid's Tiers drop each year, from dungeons on nightmare difficulty. Moyu's eyes narrow. Only the top 3 teams will obtain them, so the real challenge is not just clearing the dungeon but beating everyone else to it. He gazes at the towering mountain in the island's center, a waterfall cascading down its side. The Mermaid's Tier, could it hold properties I can use? Shang Ta folds her arms. I expected the trial would take place on Mermaid Island. Ningyi looks up at her. Sister Tatter, you've done many trials. Tell us more. Shang Tana explains, the Mermaid Sep's Tear can be forged into powerful equipment, with extraordinary effects. That Sep's why it's Sep's coveted. The island lies within Divine Xia Empire Sep's territory, but every year academies from other countries also compete for it, and only 3 tears drop per year. The implication sinks in, competition is fierce. Shadows stir in the distance, red eyes glowing. Shang Tata Sip's voice hardens. There are 10 teams from Hidden Dragon Academy alone. We are just one. Expect to fight not only fellow students, but also academies from other nations. Ning Yi bites her lip. And if we run into those foreign teams, what should we do? Guarding dungeon entrances, blocking opponents, these situations happen often, Shang Ta replies. Her tone lowers. And yes, deaths have occurred before. If conflict arises, deal with it as it comes. Your life is more important than the trial. Ning Yi Sip's thoughts flicker back to the night Moyu fought 3 nights alone. She steadies herself, whispering, don't worry, we once run into that kind of situation. The jungle closes around them as they prepare to enter Mermaid Island. Shang Tasa commands, all right, Dane Ga, apply your buffs. The diviner raises his staff. Golden light washes over them. Strength enhancement, agility enhancement, defense enhancement, mana activation. Each member feels power surge through their bodies. Lin Moyu flexes his hand, analyzing the effect. Attributes increased by 30%, skill power up 20%, duration 1 hour. Impressive for support though, compared to my talent, the amplification feels weak. He summons a skeleton warrior. The little undead clatters into view, startling Miao Yu and Danon Gay. An undead summon, they exclaim. Ningyi crouches down, giggling. Don't be afraid. Look at it. It's so cute. Moyu ignores her antics. Please give it a buff as well. Daninga hesitates, then casts, but the glow fizzles, overwritten by Moyu's own power. His eyes flash. So my talent completely rejects external amplification. Not even the diviner's blessing can affect my summons. He hides a smirk. Good. That only proves my strength is meant to stand alone. Ling Xian sneered, his staff clutched tightly in hand. This summon can even be buffed. Useless, just like its master. Lin Moyu stood silent, his undead warrior beside him, its empty eyes fixed on Ling Xian. The insult lingered in the air like a spark about to ignite. You want to fight? Ling Xian stepped forward, his aura menacing. But before the clash could erupt, Zhang Ta swiftly moved between them, raising her hand. Enough. Save your conflict for later. The trial comes first. Reluctantly, Ling Xian lowered his staff, though his glare remained sharp. The atmosphere shifted when Lin Moyu's ghostly summon emerged. Lim Sane shivered involuntarily. Why? Why do I feel like I'm about to die just from its gaze? He muttered, his body stiffening as though struck by frost. At that moment, Junita dashed past with her shield, commanding, "The trial has begun. Move out." The team followed her lead. Miao Yu Sip's voice cut through the rush. "Our target is the mermaid dungeon. Stay focused. Avoid unnecessary fights if possible." But fate had other plans. A surge of water broke the surface. From beneath, a creature rose, the merfolk soldier, its orange gills flared, its strength and vitality clear in every motion. Zhang Tana reacted instantly. She lunged with precision while Ningyi circled to strike from behind. The creature thrashed, spitting out a fireball. With a swift slash across its throat, Ningyi ended the fight. A notification appeared. Level 19 merfolk soldier defeated. Experience 500. Captain Zhang Ta obtained fish scale +1. But the victory was short-lived. Stronger monsters soon emerged, level 21 and rising. Zhang Ta scowled. At this pace, it will take us over 3 hours to reach the island's center. Too slow. We can set afford to fight every single one. Turning sharply, she called out. Miao Yu, you set her in charge of control. We set her charging straight through. Wind surged as Miao Yu cast Windbind, a cyclone clearing their path. Hurry, I can set hold them for long. 20 minutes later, they stumbled into a swamp. Other competitors were already visible ahead. Tension filled the air. If we charge directly, can we break through? Zhang Ta muttered, her eyes scanning the crowd of enemies. There are too many, Miao Yu admitted, and the monsters are stronger than me. Level 22, I can set control them. The path forward was dangerous. Clearing their way would take at least an hour, but a direct charge risked annihilation. Then, Lin Moyu spoke calmly. Let me handle it. Zhang Ta froze. What did you just say? Ling Xian scoffed. You? A level 17 rookie? You've done nothing this whole time. Before he could continue, Ningyi snapped, her eyes sharp. Shut your mouth. Zhang Ga joined in, skeptical yet curious. Lin Moyu, what sips your plan? Hands still in his pockets, Lin Moyu replied coolly. My skeleton warrior will draw the merfolk away, that sips all we need. Realization struck Zhang Ta. Right? His summon. Very well, Moyu. It steps up to you. The skeleton darted forward, faster than expected. Monsters immediately turned their attention to it, leaving the path open. Move, Zhang Ta commanded. The group surged ahead, escaping into safety. Zhang Tana turned back to Lin Moyu with a rare smile. Well done, I owe you this one. Even Ling Xian, though begrudging, muttered, Why didn't we do this from the start? We already be halfway up the mountain. Ningyi cut him off coldly. Then go by yourself if you stare so capable. But before Lin Moyu could retort, a shadow fell over them. Miao Yu's face paled. Run, hurry, retreat. Hundreds of merfolk surged from the waters, surrounding the group. Above, a figure emerged, a rival team from Country 4. Their leader held a talisman glowing with ancient power. A legendary class, Shikigami Summoner. With a single gesture, he called forth blazing spirits, one of them a towering horse-like deity that shook the ground beneath its hooves. Zhang Tana Sip's eyes widened. They were blocking us on purpose. The rival leader sneered from atop his summon. This dungeon belongs to our great country. If you can hold on, use your mission stones and retreat. Otherwise, stay here and die. His laughter echoed as the battlefield filled with hundreds of hostile merfolk. The trial had become far more than just a race. It was now a war. Zhang turns to Lin Moyu, her voice filled with uncertainty. Lin Moyu, can you really do this? She quickly asks if there's a summoner nearby who can draw the monsters away. Without wasting time, Lin Moyu begins summoning. One of his summons appears and rushes off, either chasing or being chased by the merfolk. The bystanders wonder whose summon it is, realizing that it's luring many monsters away. This is great news for them, but unfortunately, 2/3 of the monsters are still left. Lin Moyu calmly summons another skeleton. Go. Lure those monsters away, he commands. Zhang Ta's eyes widen in disbelief. Wow, Lin Moyu, you actually have 2 of them. She's clearly shocked, but she has no idea he possesses nearly 100. He adds that there's no need for corpse explosions, as that would waste valuable experience points. Then, with a hint of a smile, he says, here comes another one. A 3rd skeleton emerges, this one clearly built for speed. When the trial's over, I'll treat you 2 to drinks, he says casually. The skeleton bolts off, leaving the others stunned. There's actually a 3rd one, they exclaim, shouting thanks to whoever summoned them. Thanks to Lin Moyu's efforts, the situation is under control. and the group is ready to move forward. They tell themselves not to let the Shikami summoners get too arrogant. Several fighters approach Lin Moyu, patting him on the back. "Thank you so much," they say, promising to bring him along next time. Lingane, standing nearby with folded arms, can only watch in jealousy. Meanwhile, the Shikami summoner glances back, confused. All the merfolk are fleeing in the opposite direction. With so many monsters, they should have been stuck for hours. Realizing something is wrong, he calls to his archers. "Get ready. They've found a way to deal with the merfolk. We must stop them." Arrows rain down, striking not only the merfolk, but also the magicians. The mages quickly raise their shields. Lin Moyu, protected inside a safe bubble, notes calmly, "The clash has begun." Ning Yi, brimming with confidence now, says, "With you and your skeletons here, I am not afraid." After the first round of fighting, the group rests on nearby rocks. They discuss how their team is too chaotic and needs a powerful mage to regroup and suppress the enemy. Some mention that quite a few people are still missing at the mountain's base. At that moment, Lingen speaks up. "Captain, I want to join another team." Jiang Ta, still catching her breath, looks at him, but Ling Zhen cuts in sharply. "Either Lin Moyu leaves, or I leave. Captain, you decide." Duanga frowns. "You're going too far, Ling Zhen." Even Mao Yu, usually quiet, is shocked. "Exactly. If it wasn't for Lin Mao Yu luring those monsters away, we wouldn't even be here." Ning Yi glares at Ling Zhen in disbelief. "Really? This guy saved all of us, and you still talk like that? This guy saved all of us, and you still talk like that?" In Ling Zhen's mind, however, he's confident. "The captain will definitely keep me. Other teams need mages. They can't afford to lose a damage dealer. This way, I can get Ling Moyu kicked out." But to his surprise, Jiang Ta says with firm conviction, "Then Lingen, you must leave. Pride comes before the fall, and you civ let yours blind you." Lingen is stunned. He warns her, "If I leave, you one step past the trial." Jiang forces a small smile. "All right, I hope their attacks are strong enough. So I'll do my best to hold the monsters back." Miao Yu chimes in. "Don't set worry, heal me when needed, and I still handle crowd control." A voice echoes, the system notification. "Killed. Level 21 Elite Merfolk Warrior. Experience plus 10, 0, 0, 0. Loot 10, fish scales." Mao Yu blinks in confusion. "Wait, why am I receiving experience points?" Another notification flashes. Elite Merfolk Warrior Enhanced. Strength, 2000. Agility, 1000. Skills, Strike. Before the details even finish, the creature is instantly one-shotted. Lin Moyu remains calm. Continue looking for the target. Jiang Ta, still processing what she saw, thinks to herself, his skeletons just one-shotted nightmare-level monsters. Even with a perfect team, it would take us 1 to 2 minutes. Ning Yi splashes through a puddle behind him, smirking. "Told you, sister, his skeletons are strong. Let's go." The rest of the party hurries forward, still stunned. Duanga shakes his head. "This was a good call by Captain Jiang. Let's just keep moving." Mao Yu agrees. "Honestly, there's nothing for us to do." They push ahead until they reach a cliff. A dead end. 1600 strength. Skills like Lash, Death Strangle, and Venom. Its stats even higher than the Goblin King. Lin Moyusup's own goblin stats are already at 2700. Jiang Tana steps forward. "I will attack it." Lin Moyu stops her. "No need." His skeletons leap off the cliff, swarming the massive serpent. The boss lashes out, narrowly grazing them. "It's too agile," Jiang exclaims. Lin Moyu raises his hands, a red aura flaring around them. Slow curse. Chains of dark magic bind the serpent in place. The party stares. "Is that a curse skill?" Jiang looks at him in disbelief. "He has powerful summons and curse magic? What else can a necromancer do?" The serpent tries Death Strangle, but it's useless. Lin Moyu explains, "Venom won't affect my skeletons. They have no flesh." Moments later, one skeleton pierces straight through the serpent's mouth. The fight is over. Boss defeated. Level 23 Muro Queen Serpent. Experience plus 50, 000. Loot Silvergrade Armor, Serpent Skin Armor, Intermediate Monster Core. Another day, another easy win, for Lin Moyu. Mao Yu, Ningyi, and Duanga, the diviner, are quick to speak up. "We need to keep moving. Even if we sip already cleared so much, we can stop now." Jiang Taya agrees without hesitation. "Stay with Lin Moyu. It's clear this elven girl isn't just a fighter, she's a natural leader. With her in charge, this squad has real potential." They move deeper into a dimly lit cave. Ningyi, as always, can help. "Wait, Lin Moyu, even if your skeletons are strong, isn't this too reckless?" The stats flash in her mind. Mermaid Elite Soldier, Enhanced Elite, Strength 2200, Agility 1400, Spirit 1000, Skill, Dizziness, Sweep. These are not small threats. Still, the moment they Stish are alerted, Lin Moyu's skeletons charge forward, striking with savage precision. Ningyi shouts, "More of them are coming." Lin Moyu's response, he conjures a blazing red sphere, "Cover your ears." An ear-splitting blast erupts. The system notifications explode across their vision. Elite soldier killed. Elite soldier killed. 5. In quick succession, the squad stares in disbelief. Wave after wave of merfolk falls before the relentless explosions. How is he doing this? One gasps. Another shakes their head. I've never seen a skill this powerful. As the dust settles, the palace gates creak open. From within emerges her. At first glance, she is stunning. Long hair, regal presence, a tail shimmering with ocean light, but this is no ally. Boss monster, mermaid queen. Strength, 5,000. Agility, 6,000. Spirit, 5,000. Constitution, 6,000. Skills, Scream of Sorrow, Tsunami Waves, Queen's Lament. Ningyi whispers, "She sips so beautiful." Lin Moyu's tone is cold. That sips enchantment magic. Don't fall for it. Too late. Everyone but him is already bewitched. In an instant, he uses his awakened ability to break the spell. The team snaps back to reality, shaken. Miao Yu explains, "Mermaid queens have innate enchantment magic. We all fell for it. Without Lin Moyu we sit be finished." The queen's form shifts. Her beauty warps into something monstrous, almost doll-like, with a sinister red aura. She unleashes Scream of Sorrow. Zhang Ta evaluates quickly. With a normal 6-person team, defeating her would take at least an hour, but with Lin Moyu here, who knows what tricks he's hiding. Still, the pressure is real. Her power attribute is too high. The skeletons can set hold much longer, she warns. It sets like a pack of wolves against a male lion. The outcome, buffer, prepare. Zhang Ta adds, once his skeletons can set hold, we take over. But Lin Moyu simply says, no need. Dark chains materialize as he casts Curse, binding the queen in place. She responds with tsunami waves, crashing into his summons with devastating force. 12 skeletons fall, their bones scattering across the palace floor. Zhang Ta shouts urgently, Lin Moyu, recall your skeletons. I shall take the fight from here. Lin Moyu doesn't hesitate, his voice cuts through the chaos. Arise and dominate, my soldiers. In an instant, 87 skeleton warriors materialize. The sight is overwhelming. Even the seasoned members of the squad can't hide their shock. Jiang Miao stares wide-eyed. Am I seeing things? Their numbers? This is terrifying. No wonder Ningyi has always trusted him so much. Back at Ningyi Sip's position, she watches with a quiet, knowing expression. As expected, he sips even stronger than before. At this rate his growth is far beyond what I imagined. The mermaid queen is already wounded, her waist slashed repeatedly by relentless skeleton attacks. Desperation flashes in her eyes as she unleashes Queen's Lament. Miao Yu grits her teeth. I can sit counter it. My level sips too low. Lin Moyu, calm as ever, shakes his head. It sits fine. My spiritual energy is high enough. She can sit affect me. The queen lets out a final blood-curdling cry, and in one swift motion, she's sliced apart like fruit in a game of Fruit Ninja. System notification, Mermaid Queen slain. Experience plus 880,000. Silver grade weapon, Queen's Longsword obtained. Silver grade weapon, Mermaid Queen's Staff obtained. The Queen's Longsword grants plus 50 strength, plus 50 constitution and increases warrior skill power by 10%, usable at level 20. Alongside these spoils floats a shimmering tiara, the Mermaid Tiara. Ningyi catches it in her hand. With this the trial mission is complete. We stare one step closer to Shuangshen Academy. Zhang Ta smiles. A few more trial missions, and we still make it for sure. The mood is briefly lighthearted, until the conversation shifts to bad memories. The worst one was that guy, Ling Xian, someone mutters, never teaming up with him again. Lin Moyu turns to Ningyi. Do you have a cooldown charm? Yes, she replies. Why? His faint smirk says everything. Are you planning to do it again? Moments later, the group emerges from the rift. Onlookers gasp. Wait, they step her out already? It's only been 30 minutes. Whispers spread. They must have failed. Skeletons aren't that useful after all. Others shrug. Staying alive matters more than clearing a dungeon. Ling Shan sneers from the sidelines. Not dead yet, huh? You insisted on bringing your party in and now you Citra just walking out? But Zhang Ta remains composed. Don't worry, Miss Miao Yu is with us. Ningyi nods. Let's proceed as planned. The cooldown timer glows behind them. Without hesitation, they teleport back inside. Spectators stare in disbelief. Did they just go back in? And on nightmare difficulty, that Sep's suicide. Inside, Zhang Tao voices her unease. Miao Yu reassures her, We still have seen how strong Lin Moyu is. He still be fine. Ningyi however warns him. Don's set to make this the last time though. He slips his hands casually into his pockets. Who would have thought I spet bring you here just to grind levels? They descend deeper into the nightmare dungeon. Ningyi checks her cooldown artifact. We can do this twice before it resets. Let's sets make it count, and get more mermaid tears. The first threat appears, the mermaid queen's pet snake, a towering white beast coiled on a cliffside. Lin Moyu doesn't even shift his stance. System notification, mermaid queen's pet snake eliminated. Level 23, XP plus 125, 000. Silver rank equipment, snake leather light armor obtained. The hunt is far from over, and Lin Moyu looks ready to clear the rest before the night is done. It had taken them over 30 minutes to reach this point, the first time. Now Lin Moyu glances at the timer, barely over 5 minutes, and the mini-boss is already dead. Ningyi stits, eyes narrow. You stare much stronger than I thought. He doesn't even respond directly, only looking ahead. Let's go. Time to proceed to the Mermaid Sip's palace. They arrive at the palace gates. A lone skeleton dashes forward, its blade slicing through enemies with effortless precision. Lin Moyu Stip's voice is casual. All soldiers protecting the palace are down. The boss is about to appear. From the depths, the Mermaid Queen emerges. Stats. Strength. 5,000. Agility. 6,000. Spiritual energy. 5,000. Physique. 6,000. Skills. Cry of Sorrow. Tsunami Waves. Queen Sip's Lament. She looks more formidable than last time, but it doesn't matter. Ningyi hides behind Lin Moyu, avoiding eye contact to evade the queen's enchantment magic. Go finish her, she orders. He smiles. With a flick of his hand, red chains from Resistance Curse bind her in place. No skeletons, no backup, just him. Corpse explosion. The queen is obliterated, burned to ash in an instant. System notification. Mermaid Queen slain. Plus 200, 000 XP. Loot obtained. Silver rank weapon. Dagger of the Mermaid Queen. Grimoire of the Mermaid Queen. Mermaid's Tear. Ningyi's level finally rises, and she grins, the tear in her hand. Let's do it one more time. Get all 3. Lin Moyu shrugs. Yeah, let's finish this. He notes to himself, when they first met, she was level 19, and he was level 10. All this time she's barely leveled, a clear sign she's not fond of grinding. Outside the rift, onlookers scoff. Only 10 minutes? They couldn't have killed anything. What a waste of a cooldown talisman. Ningyi turns, sticking her tongue out at them. The next run is even faster, 8 minutes, 58 seconds. By the time the queen disintegrates behind her, she's treating it like a casual game. Lin Moyu shakes his head. You stare just here for fun. When they step out again, the ridicule begins, until Joan Dao asks, did you get it? Ningyi flashes the tiara. All good. Then, the portal begins to vanish. Gasps erupt. Dungeons only disappear when all 3 mermaids' tears are claimed, and they've done exactly that. Lin Moyu Sep's voice is final. Test Sep's over, let Sep's move. But before they can leave, hostile voices rise. We can let them get away, they have the tears. Warriors from rival nations close in. The Shena Empire refuses to let Sakura Country keep the prize. Blades are drawn. A shadow looms, a monster with glowing red eyes, summoned to attack. Jang Tana tenses, sweat on her brow. Lin Moyu steps forward. Dark aura gathers around him. Soul flame. The summoned beast disintegrates instantly. The summoner, a ponytailed man, snarls, die, but it's too late. Lin Moyu raises a hand, divine summoning. And more of his own creatures begin to appear. Go get them, the order is given. A warrior steps forward, a Cobra Knight, his massive axe, wreathed in fire. The weapon hums with killing intent as he swings down. The enemy summoner smirks. Your attacks are feeble, barely a tickle to my giant axe divine summon. But his words barely leave his mouth before Lin Moyu's skeletons close in. Their auras flare blood red, rage mode. A single strike lands. Damage 2,700. The summoner freezes. Wait, what? Lin Moyu Sip's tone is calm, almost bored. That Sip's all you got. The divine summon, a creature of legendary rank, collapses in one blow. Gasps erupt. The summoner coughs blood, reeling from backlash. 2 skeletons charge after him without mercy. For more to go, Lin Moyu notes, eyes cold. Panic spreads. If a legendary divine summon could fall this easily, what chance did they have? Warriors whisper frantically, trying to guess his level, his class, his talent. Finally, someone blurts it out. Level 17. Necromancer. He must have awakened an innate ability. The revelation sends ripples of shock through the enemy ranks. One by one, morale shatters. I give up. I'm not fighting those things. A man turns and runs. Others follow, retreating in disgrace, even those who had sworn loyalty moments before. From Lin Moyu's own country, the commentary is mocking. Look at them, scared of a few skeletons, but even they seem to underestimate the true power at work here. They wonder aloud where this Lin Moyu came from. Cold, ruthless, a man of few words, and a role model. From the back, he looks every inch the main character he is. Off to the side, Ling En watches, his expression dark. If I'd been in that party, I'd have completed the trial too, but pride gnaws at him, twisting into spite. Lin Moyu, I'll make you pay tenfold. Jin Dao Sep's voice cuts through the tension. Trial completed successfully. Time to return. The dungeon's portal is bound by red chains as the system's message echoes trial complete, commencing teleportation. They reappear in Hidden Dragon Academy, the Shandong Academy. Jin Dao turns to Lin Moyu. This trial was extremely important for me. Thank you. She brushes her hair back, her eyes lingering on him just a moment too long. Nearby, Ning Yi sprawls on a desk, pretending to be exhausted. Finally over, I'm so tired. Lin Moyu privately wonders if she even did anything. Jun Dao chides her gently. Miss Ning Yi, no need to be so formal with him. He may not talk much, but he seps a good person. Ning Yi smirks. Look at you, always speaking up for him. Lin Moyu only frowns. Ning Yi isn't defending him at all. She's just playing around. A sudden beep beep. A message from Bai Yan. Lin Moyu, come to the Academic Affairs office. Inside, Bai Yan greets him warmly. I watched the trial recordings. You did well. I did my best. Lin Moyu replies simply. Privately, Bai Yan notes his composure, neither arrogant in success nor shaken by hardship. Then he asks, do you know what Mermaid Sep's tears are for? Lin Moyu shakes his head. Bai Yan explains, they influence the success rate when awakening your innate talent during second-class transition at level 40. Items that help awaken talents are rare. Even a low-tier Mermaid Sep's tear is extremely precious. A brief image flashes, a magic circle glowing, the awakening ritual in progress. Bai Yan Sep's tone hardens. The Sor country also calculated the time and location of Mermaid Island Sep's appearance. They nearly caused our trial to fail. Fortunately, you secured the Mermaid Sep's tear for the Shina Empire. He leans forward slightly. Is there anything you want as a reward? Lin Moyu paused, deep in thought. He still hadn't been able to find any information about his sister at the Information Administration office. Perhaps this was his chance. Can you help me find someone? He asked quietly. Bai Yan leaned back, his tone steady. Your sister Lin Mo stay. She joined the Changwon Academy earlier this year. That SIP's why you couldn't find her. Their student information is strictly confidential. Changwon Academy. Jiang Sip's ultimate dream. The name struck a chord. Yi and Sha had both told him before, if he ever had the chance he should join that academy. A flash of memory, his sister's face surfaced in his mind. He hadn't expected her to enroll first, and in only half a year. Bai Yan continued, she SIP's part of Changwon Academy, and I sit bound by rules. I can reveal details. But, the simplest solution is for you to join. With a flick of his wrist, he sent the admission requirements to Lin Moyu Sep's wristband. Here, this will be useful. Thank you, Lin Moyu replied. One more thing, Bai Yan said, almost smiling. You still entitled to another reward for completing the trial. What will it be? A cooldown amulet, Lin Moyu answered without hesitation. Bai Yan raised an eyebrow. You're asking for something that can even be bought in the trading house. It sits that rare. I suspected you want this, so I prepared one, but only if you complete a certain quest. It worth far more than the trial itself. Alright. With a cooldown talisman, leveling would be exponentially easier, like switching a game into speedrun mode. You'll need to wait until level 20 before starting the quest, Bai Yan explained. If you're in a hurry, head to the Academy's Instance Dungeon Hall. It's the fastest way to level up. He placed a small glowing crystal in Lin Moyu's palm. This teleportation stone grants direct access to the hall. Not everyone qualifies for one. Lin Moyu activated it immediately. Bai Yan blinked. He going now, straight from a trial into another dungeon. This kid doesn't even rest. The world shifted, and for the first time, Lin Moyu stood in the dungeon hall of Xing Academy. Purple orbs floated gently above ornate pedestals, their light casting strange patterns on the marble floor. All around, parties advertised openings. Bone Burial Grounds, normal, need 1 mage, around level 25, preferably fire user. Blood Battle Arena, nightmare, need healer, level 20, 25, full bronze gear required. It was like a mercenary tavern, only for dungeon runs. His gaze dropped to his wristband. The Shangshan Academy SIP's entrance requirement glowed in sharp text. Clear the level 30 dungeon Abyssal Frontline on Hell difficulty. Earn 1000 contribution points. Level 30. Has my sister reached that already? In just 3 or 4 months? Hey classmate. A voice behind him. Lin Moyu turned to see a blonde girl with a ponytail, a small cross stitched onto her vest. Probably a healer. She smiled warmly. First time in the dungeon hall? I Stipm Xuan. I can show you around. Hands in his pockets, he considered her offer. This is another way to earn points. Isn't said it. How much? 100 will do, she replied without hesitation. He transferred the points. She beamed. Thank you. Did I just get scammed? Still, she began the tour. There are 2 dungeons below level 20, 18 between levels 20, 30, and 20 more for levels 30, 40. In addition, 2 large-scale dungeons require over 40 participants, though you look like the type to solo them. Every dungeon had its own clearance record, she explained, and breaking one would grant huge rewards and an announcement to the entire hall. They stopped before a large, living tree with glowing orbs drifting around it. This, she said, is the task center, the hub for team recruitment and mission postings. Complete tasks here to earn points. Join teams, recruit comrades. How do I earn contribution points? Lin Moyu asked. Simple. Take part in academy trials and complete assigned tasks, she replied. Lin Moyu recalled that the highest paying task at the task center only rewarded 10 contribution points. Most tasks gave barely 2 or 3. To enter the Shangshang Academy, you needed 1000 points, a staggering requirement. Xiwen, the blonde girl guiding him, admitted nervously, earning contribution points is difficult. Whenever a task is announced, someone else snatches it up in an instant. Just then, Lin Moyu's wristband lit up. It was a message from Danon Gao. Danon Gao, have you gotten your contribution points yet? How many? Lin Moyu, I got 20 points. Hit the jackpot. Danon Gao, Sister Po Oi got 30. She steps over the moon. Nearby, others scoffed, claiming Danon Gao was bluffing. They had no idea Lin Moyu had practically limitless contribution points available, if he could level up fast enough. He thanked Xuan for her guidance. You paid me after all, she said, with a smile. Then she asked, planning to find a team for a dungeon? Lin Moyu didn't answer. Instead, he opened the dungeon menu. One option read 58 minutes, another 1 hour, 17 minutes, both showing the average completion time and entry costs. Without hesitation, he placed his hand on a glowing purple orb. He selected Nightmare Mode. Gasps erupted around him. He steps only level 20. What is he doing? I bet he's the one who got those 50 points, someone muttered. Moments later, Lin Moyu stood in the mutated forest. His level 17, experience 3257, nearly halfway to level 18. Hands in his pockets, he thought, I wonder how much I'll level up after clearing this dungeon. His skeletal warriors cut down mutated gray bears with ease. Minor monsters? The skeletons could handle them. Lin Moyu's focus was on finding the boss. By a pool of water, he spotted it. A massive hole. The ground trembled. Rising from the depths came a hulking creature. Mutated gel turtle, level 19. Strength, 4000. Agility, 500. Mentality, 500. Physique, 7000. Skills, bite, sweep, super defense. Its sheer size made it look like a rogue, battle-scarred cousin of a teenage mutant ninja turtle. Lin Moyu Sip's skeletons charged, but the turtle Sip's super defense negated their attacks. Sorry, Lin Moyu murmured, but I don't have much time. He unleashed Soul Flame, a skill that ignored defense entirely. The turtle's massive body reeled under the assault. His warriors followed with a furious strike, sending them into a bloodlust. In moments, the turtle lay broken, its limbs severed. Defeated mutated gel turtle. 150,000 XP gained. Bronze class weapon, gel turtle gauntlets. Turtle heavy armor. Low-level monster core. His XP bar surged by 35%. Then the hall sit's great bell tolled. A voice rang out. A new dungeon record has been set. On the crystal leaderboard. Dungeon, Mutated Forest. Players, 1. Level 17, Necromancer Lin Moyu. Completion time, 35 minutes. A solo run, twice as fast as the previous record. The hall erupted in shock. For his efforts, Lin Moyu received 1000 normal points and 5 contribution points. Without hesitation, he prepared to go again. 1 hour later, his level had risen to 18. Another record flashed on the board. Dungeon, Mutated Forest. Level 18, Necromancer Lin Moyu. Completion time, 24 minutes. The previous record had stood for 3 years, set by a nearly perfect 5-player team. Now it was gone. His next target, the Spider Nest, a level 18-21 dungeon. The current record was 1 hour, 12 minutes. I'm sorry, Lin Moyu thought, but I need many contribution points. That record is mine. Inside, darkness closed in. He summoned his skeleton army and lit a flame in his palm.